Fight!
Yo, hey there, it's Leah the Shabrep nonetheless, and welcome to Combox with Shan. Combox with Shan, Combox with Shan, Combox with Shan. Right, so today is open panel. We're doing Usyk, well, AJ versus Usyk debate. So I'd like people that rep both sides, Team Usyk, and I want Team AJ. And just chop it up. So I'm going to put the link in the chat, and whatever side you rep or want to say, go for it. Just go for it. Go for it. Let me just say hi to everybody. Johnny Blaze, ¿cómo estás, mi hermano? ¿Todo bien? Johnny Blaze in the building, rider of the storm in the building. It's going to be a great show indeed. We got Lisa Bales in the building. We got Paul Evans in the building. Paul, what is it? What did we say, Paul? Paul Dizzin. We're gonna wrap it into one and call you Paul Dizzin. That's right. That's what we call you. Hang on, let me just make sure everything looked good in the hood over here, because I have to be watching on a couple monitors. Okay. All right. Sorry. I just remembered I didn't have my mic near my mouth. So, you know what I'm saying. You know what I said anyway. I think it was clear enough for you to pick that up. My bad. My bad. Okay. So Mike is there. I'm never used to just having a mic there. We got so used to it. You know, in lockdown, we was just doing whatever we wanted on it. It was just like, whatever, Mike. What, Mike? Okay, I'm reloaded. All right, so I'm introducing the Queen, Lisa Bizzles. Lisa, what's up, Queen?
What's up, Queen? How you doing?
I'm here. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining.
Yeah.
We gotta see. We gotta see who's in the building. And like, who's
What's up,
coming
everyone
through?
in the chat? Paul Evans.
Yeah, well, like, I need you guys to come on the panel. That's what we need. Dragon Leg, what's up? Yes,
Leg.
my
up,
guy,
King?
Charlo. It's AJ.
Charlo.
AJ, you coming on the panel? You gotta come and rep. Dragon Leg in the
AJ.
building. El Rey in the building.
Merle Dixon.
Merle, yes, he's in the building. So, right, we need to be chopping it up. I want to see I tell you where is Peter Von Arts when you need him. Peter Von Arts is Team Usyk all the way.
He probably come through. Yeah.
I haven't seen him. I've seen him very here and there. Quite not as much as before. Even on coaches, sometimes here and there. Not a lot as much. Maybe some stuff has changed. Von Arts, is some stuff changed? Maybe work or whatever. Yes, Bruce. Bruce, do you want to come on the panel? Because I don't know what side you rep. Maybe Usyk, maybe AJ, maybe neutral. We've got someone. I'm introducing. Introducing. Hey, JK Alex. Stop.
What up, ladies? Have no fear. AJ is here.
AJ is here in the building.
AJ.
AJ all day.
Miss
Yes.
Lisa Lady Chan, what's going on?
Oh, I hear you.
I hear you
I
kicking a
hear
couple
you.
little notes out there.
That's a
Oh yeah, I dabble a
melodic.
little bit.
I
You know how
hear
it is. I
the
dabble a little bit. Yep, I dabble.
Dabble.
You know how it is.
melodic.
You know how it is.
It's all good. Why do I guys, do I sound low? My overall volume sounds very low on my lappy.
No, you're loud and clear. You good. You good.
Maybe just this is
You
audio.
sound good.
Yeah,
You're just fine. You good. You okay?
I'm all right. I feel like, but the output is quite low. I don't know. It feels like it's lower than usual. We've got UGC Flame. What up,
UGC Flame.
UGC?
UGC Flame. What's up?
Yeah. What's up? Shan Gang. Gang. Gang.
GC.
Gang. It's the Shan
UGC.
Gang. You got all the smoke for Lady Shan. Well, come on the panel. And come on the panel, click the link, because you can't just be doing smoke just always from the chat. So come on the panel. This is what it is. Panel, get on.
John, how do you pronounce it? John Lejeune?
Lejeune. Sounds French.
John Lejeune, yeah.
Jean Lejeune. Salute
Blue
beautiful Lady
sky,
Shan.
you
Salute
okay?
panel and chat. Blue sky in the building.
Blue sky.
In the building.
Blue
Yeah, we like the
sky.
color blue. We like the color blue. Nice to be nice to be on board. I got all the smoke. If you got all the smoke. Okay, I'm just seeing. I'm getting messages from just from my comments. So we are going to start because you lot just want to be from the comment section. From the comment section all day. Salute, Mr. Man. Hello, what's up? Silvestri, what's up? You are allowed on panel. So I'm going to put the link again, just so everybody. So we're going to be chopping it up. There's the link, and oh yeah, Mal should be in the building soon as well. In the building. So funny. We look at two different laptops. I tell you what, this is so much faster than my Mac. Yeah, but my Mac's pixel, the colors of my Mac. You can't beat this. You can't beat it.
I'm actually doing this from my laptop too. I'm not using my phone anymore.
Yes,
so
that's why you sound good.
Yeah, I know. I sound perfectly clear, don't I?
Yeah, you sound mad clear. I was gonna say it. I was like, you're not glitching. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna start getting my lappy out. Yeah.
Yeah, the lappy sound good. Why can't I feel like you guys are low? Let me hear it from here.
Now you sound low.
Yeah, because that's a delay that I was playing it on the other laptop, so it cut this one out just to hear the sound. On the sound's better on a Mac as well. I ain't gonna lie, but this is
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have good speakers in the Mac.
Phenomenal. These speakers are good, right? When I don't use a microphone with the Mac, right, it's a lot of reverb. When I use a microphone on here or without a microphone on here, it still sounds they're real tech speakers. They still sound pretty cool without a microphone.
But anyway, on point for sure.
Yeah. But anyway, right. Oh, I'm introducing. Introducing. You can barely hear me. Shut up, Jean Lejeune. You are being literal. I'm inviting in new media today, USA Boxing. Coach Malachi. ¿Cómo estás, mi hermano?
Hey, what's going on? What's
cooking?
Todo muy bien.
Oh, good.
Great show today. Great show.
Good show today.
Oh, thanks.
I was watching.
What's the brother's name? What's the brother's name right here?
Which AJ.
Call me AJ, sir. AJ, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, AJ. Yes, sir. How you doing, brother?
AJ, aka Alex.
AJ, what's going on with you, fam?
Yeah,
what's happening?
They're all scared today. Like someone said, they've got smoke for me in the chat, but they're not coming on the panel.
Who got smoke for you?
He said, "Where are you?" I got all the smoke for Lady Shan. This geezer here, Jean Lejeune. He sounds French, Francesa.
What you waiting on, bro? Come on in.
Yeah, come on in. Come on down. The price is right.
Listen, man, Usyk, man. So
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, your team Usyk.
So I'm Team Usyk right now.
Right.
That's no problem. It's no problem.
Were you always Team Usyk?
No.
Look. AJ was like, was you always team Usyk? No. Go ahead.
No. Oh no. No, but we gotta try to. Oh, let me pull the mic here. We gotta try to.
Yeah.
Now all jokes aside, Usyk is a damn good fighter.
Of course.
I sat back and I looked at some things, and I asked myself, what is it that Usyk can do, or what is it that AJ can do that Usyk can't do? Like, what advantages does AJ have over him outside of size and power?
Right.
And when you look at that, I didn't
pause.
Okay.
We pause. We've got Jean Lejeune waiting backstage, but Jean, I haven't had you before, and I don't want any dick pics and all of that. Is it possible that you can show your face for 2 seconds backstage so I know it's you? Okay, got you. Let me see you there. Stay there for a minute. All right, just to make sure. Any dick pics, I will catch a flight to wherever you are and fuck you up. So you've been warned. All right. I'm introducing John. You can cut off the camera if you're not staying. Are you staying on camera or are you cutting it off? Are you coming on the panel with camera? Or are you cutting it off? I'm giving you the chance before I put you on. Okay, that's how you want to be added to the stream. I will lock you off real quick if I'll have the button ready to take you off, and just in case. Here you go, John. Come in with all the smoke for Lady Shan. Go ahead, my G.
Hey, what's up?
Okay,
Hi, how are you?
Don't turn it into any dick pics now.
What's good?
That's not funny.
No, I know because everyone's been doing that. I know it's not funny, but people be doing it.
It's happened before.
They've been doing it.
Yeah, it's happened before.
Yeah, it's been happening before. So it's awful. That's why we have to check people that we don't know. You know,
not my thing. Let them cook. Let New Media Today cook.
Yeah, go ahead, Mal.
All right, so when I look at it as objectively as I possibly can, I say, what is it that Oleksandr Usyk, what is it that Anthony Joshua brings to the table outside of the obvious size and power that Oleksandr Usyk can't do? Oleksandr Usyk has better footwork than Anthony Joshua, my opinion. Oleksandr Usyk has a stronger engine than Anthony Joshua. He does get stronger as the fight goes on. A lot of fights he wins because off of pure grit. He out hustles them. He's in hell of a conditioning. Like Oleksandr Usyk has. I can't. I'm gonna be honest. The guy is. Go ahead.
Go on.
No, the guy is. He has an engine on him. You know what I mean? So, outside of size and power, what does Joshua have on him? And he's losing weight for a reason, because he's preparing for a 12-round fight for a reason. Outside of that, what does Anthony Joshua do that better than Oleksandr Usyk? And I couldn't really find too many intangibles that Anthony Joshua does better than Usyk. Maybe you could say the uppercut, because he that's his. He loved that uppercut. Maybe you could say the uppercut, but outside of that, I just don't see anything outside of size and power that. And if it goes 12 rounds, I'm gonna give it to Usyk to win in 12-round fight battle.
Good answer.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
I think that Joshua has a lot of punch variety. Like you said, he's got uppercuts. Yeah. He can counter punch. He's got a left hand, straight right. Fight on the inside and the outside. He's not good at it. Just so factoring in all those variables. It's just that, where I see him struggling, because first and foremost, this is going to be. I'm Team AJ, by the way. I'm going to go with him to win. But and I'm thinking about placing a cautionary in case bet on Usyk, just in case he pulls it off. but I'm Team AJ. I think that just first and foremost, I think Joshua was very wise and smart to lose weight, because he's prepping to go 12 rounds, and that's very vital in this fight. He needs to have stamina. He needs to have an engine. He cannot afford to get tired. He needs to pace himself well against Usyk, because Usyk's known for having an engine, like you said. And so I think that just all in all, man, it's a really, really good fight. It's a really good fight. It's kind of hard to call. This may be the toughest fight of Joshua's career. I'm thinking this might be a 50-50 fight.
Mm-hmm. All right. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're good. Go ahead.
Is it good audio? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. So I'm just gonna go round the panel and then because I'm just kind of gonna moderate for now and just go round the panel. So have you finished, AJ?
Oh yeah, just right quick, just to follow up. I mean, but just what Joshua would do his punch variety. Mm-hmm. He, I mean, he's gonna just. I don't think he's gonna. I don't know, man. Because if he's aggressive, he's playing. I think if he becomes aggressive, he's playing right into Usyk's hands for the most part. And Usyk's probably gonna mostly be on the move this whole time. You know what I mean? He's probably not gonna risk trading with AJ. So, man, you know, he's gonna have to really set up himself to land a good shot, but Usyk's gonna make it difficult for him. I think hopefully just what he could do is he could just try to maybe pressure Usyk a little bit and maybe tire him out and maybe mentally exhaust him. Then he could probably try to hit him with a good shot. Maybe take it to his. I mean, I know it's cautionary to say this. Maybe take it to his body. Maybe you know, throw a lot of feints, stuff like that, just to try to land a good shot. To me. I mean, first off, he's got to get Usyk's respect. I mean, he has to put him on notice by maybe hitting his arms, his gloves. Just anything he could punch, really, just to let Usyk know that, okay, this dude is serious. You know what I mean? So just so that's pretty much what I think he's probably mostly gonna have to do for the most part. And then if it goes to points, who knows what'll happen, man? I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, because Joshua is the A side after all, so hopefully we don't get any controversy with the scorecards. But yeah, so that's pretty much to sum it up for me.
Right.
Go ahead, Lise.
Okay. Thank you everyone for sharing. Just breaking, just talking about the pros and the cons. AJ, I'm Team AJ. He has power in both hands. A lot of people don't talk about that. Mm-hmm. He does have power in both hands. He also has a great left hook, to the body also. So he does have a good left, even though he's an orthodox fighter. I think, like you said, AJ just now, like he needs to, me personally, I think he should just keep working on trying to break Usyk down, but it's a matter of, pinning him down and getting him. I don't know how Usyk's speed is going to be because he's bulking up in weight, because I've been seeing some training stuff with him, and he's been bulking up in weight, and I guess that's to absorb the bigger punches, and also people underrate AJ's foot placement too. I mean, Of course, it's not what Usyk's is, because Usyk was really a natural cruiserweight. So him going up in weight. AJ's not a pressure fighter like he can be like how Trezor was, but I think if AJ cuts the ring off and make the ring as small as possible and keep investing in the body, and he's gonna be faster because he's coming in at a smaller weight. So he's gonna be prepared. He said he was prepared to fight 15 rounds, So so he's definitely working on the cardio. And this is a pound for pound fight, a great fight. You got 2 gold medalists locking horns. I just think it's going to be a great fight. I think that AJ will dig deep. I know he made a mistake with the Ruiz fight, but it happens, it happens. But I don't think he came this far to just want to not go in there and give it his all. So.
Me chamo.
So that's my stance for now.
Thank you, Lise. Shanita.
You're welcome.
I call you my chamo. Chamo in Venezuelan is like hola mi amigo, chulo, chamo. So, okay, welcome South London. I do know you because we have been on panel before. So welcome. Thank you for joining us. Massively appreciated. We're gonna go to. I already know what team you are, but we're gonna go to John. John, how do we pronounce your name? John Lejeune.
John Lejeune. Perfect.
John Lejeune. It's French, right? It's a very nice name.
Yes, ma'am.
Very nice name. All right. Let's go, John. Bring the smoke. Ooh, be nice. Don't be mean.
I like that name. Yeah.
I think it's these are two Olympic gold medalists, so I think this will be like more of a jab fest. But whoever can establish the the superior hand, the right hand, I think will be successful in the fight. If it comes in close with the hooks and the uppercuts, AJ he's better in that realm. But if this is just a jab fest on the back foot, Usyk could maybe get it just based on numbers, CompuBox numbers. But I mean, I think we got to realize these are two Olympic gold medalists. So this could be a jab fest for all we know it. But
Who do
who
you root
knows?
for?
I would.
AJ or Usyk?
I'm going to go for AJ.
So why was you coming to smoke? So why was you coming to smoke me?
Because I want to talk shit.
You just want to come to smoke me. It's nothing even to do with AJ.
Yes,
You just wanted to.
Basically.
Your disdain for me. So you don't like me then? No.
No, I do. I do.
I thought he was going to go. No, I don't. But that's shame. Hang on. There's someone else coming in, John. You can continue afterwards. Oh yay! I'm introducing. Introducing. Shelton, Miss Moore.
Oh,
Shelton,
gee.
what's good?
Hey, y'all. What's happening?
What's
What's
up?
up?
We here in the
Man,
Bill
this new night
Clinton.
shift is kicking my ass, but I'm here.
I know. Thank you. I didn't expect to see
Yeah,
you.
man. Yeah, Shelton, we miss you, man.
We do.
I miss y'all too, man. I really do. But you know, I got to get my sleep to stay up till 5 in the morning, you know?
Oh, the struggle's real, brother. I work night shift too. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, what are we cooking on? How's everybody doing?
So we're here for the great debate of Usyk versus AJ, and I kind of wanted a mixture of people, whoever they rock with, Team AJ, Team Usyk. So we just had.
Better fucking stop it.
So we just had John. John explaining how. John, do you want to continue? Say more. Sorry, I cut you because invite.
No, I'm okay. I was waiting for new media.
Yeah, go ahead, Coach. I want to hear your take on it.
Yeah, okay. So me, what I'm gonna do is this here. So I gotta, this is supposed to be a debate. So I'm gonna make an argument for why Usyk can win this fight. Okay, now I do agree. If it comes to an inside fight game, Usyk does not want to fight that fight. So since I'm team Usyk, my plan, my key to victory is this: do not allow Anthony Joshua to impose his will on me. That's one. What I mean by that, I mean by not pressing me out. Because you can press by not pressing me out, like when he fought.
Pause.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, because in the UK that means something different. So please just say pause.
Okay, yeah, pause. Yeah. Okay, in boxing you say you hear fighters say that all the time. Yeah, I'm gonna just press him out. Press him out just means I'm gonna cut the ring off to the point to where he can't run, and I'm gonna make him fight. You see what I'm saying? Kind of like what Canelo does. A lot of the great fighters, Julio Cesar Chavez did it. A lot of the great fighters did it. They know how to, press their man. So I can't allow AJ to do that. Now, I cannot allow AJ to go to my body, work my body. That'll slow me down. My key to victory is I'm going to have to use lateral movement. Also, I'm going to have to get AJ's timing. If I can out-time AJ, meaning, land my punch before he does, time him, get his timing down right, taking the deep waters, I think I can beat him in the boxing match. You know what I mean? So I pretty much know all of his tangibles. I pretty much basically I got an idea of what he wants to do. He's not going to chase me around the ring like Derek Chisora. He probably would do a better job at cutting the ring off. So I'm going to be very prepared for that. If it gets close to mid-range, work my combinations and get out of there. Basically stick and move. That's my whole thing. I'm going to stick and move all day, take my chances with the scorecards. I think I have better footwork. I think I have better quickness and reflexes. That's what I believe. And that's it. That's how I'm gonna beat him.
Do you think you could get?
Coach, by the way, I'm sorry.
Do you think you can get AJ out of there with by picking him off, like kind of what he did to Tony Bellew? Do you think you could do that to AJ and win that way? Tie AJ out and then put him down.
Yeah. I think AJ is a more intelligent, better fighter than Tony Bellew. So I'm not going to assume that that's the kind of fighter that I'm going to get based on what I've been seeing, based on what he's been saying on Instagram, stuff like that. He's been training, he's lost weight. So he is prepared to know that I'm going to try to take him into deep waters. But if he get caught slipping like that and he's not in not as conditioned as I am, then I can kind of pick him off like Tony Bellew, not stop him. You know what I mean? Who knows? You know, maybe I can get him out of there. Who knows? You know?
Yeah.
They do say that AJ is kind of chinny. That's what they say.
Do say he chinny. You know, they call him and Amir Khan, the chinny guys out of two divisions. So, you know.
I'd like to step in here.
No. You got to wait. It's in order, Troy. So we now have South Londoner. Wagwan Popcorn, a fellow Londoner.
It's done them season for true.
Done them.
Yeah. So how I'm looking at this fight, is I'm gonna take you back to Manny Pacquiao Mayweather when everyone was like, oh, Pacquiao's got the speed and the power, and Mayweather's just defensive. But when the fight came, it looked like Mayweather was faster with his single punches and Pacquiao was faster with his multi-punches. But he wasn't able to land too many of his multi-punches in that fight. So Usyk is a multi-puncher type of a guy. And AJ has the height and reach. And if he can just be faster with his single punches, which I believe he can, then he could actually be the guy who wins the jabbing war, first of all. Second of all, Usyk has great footwork, but I think everybody hasn't seen too much of AJ's footwork, so it's almost as if it's non-existent. And I just believe that how good is Usyk's footwork gonna be if someone else has footwork who can show that footwork as well? And somebody else touched on it about cutting off the ring. If he cuts off the ring, so if he cuts off the ring, I just think it's gonna be night-night. And there's one last point that I'm gonna add, right? Usually when Usyk fights, he likes to do this downloading information thing. It's the same thing that Lomachenko does. They take the early rounds off. So people automatically think, ooh, this guy's got a good gas tank. Because in the second half of the fight, they seem to be up for it. But really, they just take 4 to 5 rounds off. So for me, if you're going to download information against AJ, you could be finished before then. And that's just my last point.
Great stuff. Love it. Love it. Now we've got who's next in the line was Shelton. Shelton not there? We'll go to Troy then. Yeah. We'll go to...
I'm here. Okay. So, I'm not going to get too cerebral with it. In my opinion, I just don't think... I think Usyk has better footwork. I think Usyk is the better boxer. But I just don't think he has enough pop to keep AJ at bay for 12 rounds. I believe he's going to come down to the bigger, stronger, better fighter. Now, notice I said better fighter. I didn't say better boxer. I think AJ's the better fighter. I think AJ's going to cut the ring off. He knows, I believe he's self-aware enough to know that he can't outbox Usyk. He's going to cut the ring off, make it dirty, corner this guy, beat on him. Because AJ, people forget that AJ is a combination puncher with power. He's going to go to the body, go to the head. He's going to get this guy softened up, and I think he's getting him out of there anywhere between 9 and 11 rounds. I predict AJ for the knockout anywhere between 9 and 11.
Great stuff. Great stuff. Now, Troy, let's go.
Well, so far, I agree with most of what I've heard. Usyk is I always classify him as a Chevy. He's going to get you there, but there's really no thrills or chills with him. He wins fights by setting the pace. So Coach was right about that. He does win fights by setting the pace. Shelton was correct about
the punching power and all that, but I disagreed with somebody who said that Joshua was known as Chinny. How could you be known as Chinny when he's never been stopped? No one's ever knocked him out. He's been knocked down, sure, but he gets up and wins. So I don't understand the Chinny comment. But maybe that's just me. Now, how he would beat Usyk, it could be one of two things. It could turn out to be like the Parker fight was, where he just, that was a terrible fight, but you could beat him like that, where he can't set the pace. He would have to be hunting Joshua all night, and he's just not good at that. Or he could come after him like he did in his last fight with Puvalev. That's how you say his name? Puvalev? Yeah. Pulev, yeah, right. Pulev. And he could do that. But honestly, I believe he's going to get him out of there with an uppercut. He's going to get closer and he's going to work his way in. And just because as we all know, Usyk has a tendency to like to go on the ropes when he's pressured. Correct? Mm-hmm. So that could be his downfall in this fight. But we're going to be in for an interesting fight at best. And whoever said 9-10 rounds, that's what I have in my head. 9 or 10 rounds.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Very much.
Okay. Hap. You said, am I sure? I want you on. Hap, I met you hating on AJ, and I still love you. So you're always welcome on the panel. This is why it's a debate. It doesn't matter. Difference of opinions is all good. So let's go, Hap. Where is he? Where'd he go? Hang on. Let me find him. Hang on. Hap, did you abscond?
Probably something back.
There's that. Hap, there you are. You heard what I said, right? Hap.
Yo.
Hap.
What's up?
Hurry up with your damn delayed reaction. Hola. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Todo bien?
Sí, todo bien. La familia está bien.
Bueno.
Sí, mi hijo está bien.
Bueno.
Todo el mundo aquí. So, look, I find this fight very intriguing. And I'll say that with the caveat that I don't like either Usyk nor AJ as a human being.
There we
go.
Oh,
God.
As a human being, I love you. Have you met either of them? Please tell me yes.
No, I haven't met them. No,
Okay.
I haven't.
Go ahead.
But just the way they carry themselves. The way they carry themselves. So this is what I think. All right. I think they both have exactly the wrong game plan. You got AJ cutting weight, and I think that worked well against Ruiz in the rematch because he wanted to be fast and fight off the back foot, right? But I think that's going to be a big mistake in this fight if he tries that. I would rather see a big, bulky AJ in there if he wants to win. And I don't mean any disrespect to any AJ fans or any Usyk fans, but I'm just saying they're both making a mistake. Usyk is putting on weight and AJ's cutting weight, and I just think that's a mistake for both guys. And so that's what makes it intriguing to me. Like, they both got the wrong game plan, in my opinion. So it makes the fight even more like up in the air, and that's what makes great fights, though. Like when you don't know who's gonna win. So I if AJ tries to box on the back foot, he's playing right into Usyk's hands. And if Usyk tries to like bulk up and try to be the ring general in there, he's gonna get blazed. So I mean, it's just a 50-50 to me.
Oh, so you've got no clear winner?
I don't know. I mean, they're just both 50, fucking 50. Up to me.
There's some points that I really agree with you on. May I just touch on the points that I agree? I think AJ he's too small. There's no need. I'd rather saw not a super bulky AJ, but about a 242 AJ. Not a 230, not a 235 AJ. About a 242 AJ would have been nice. 242, 244, 5 to round it up, you know, to assert his dominance. Because we saw what happened with Derek Chisora. AJ is slower when he's bigger. We saw him box off the back foot with Andy Ruiz, and like Haplo said, I agree that was a good game plan for Andy Ruiz. But for Usyk, you have to. Usyk excels from round 1 to 12. He's got a better gas tank than AJ. So AJ needs to get him out of there within the first 7 rounds, in my opinion. See, but if you're not going to get him out in the first 7, all right, I'll give you 8. You're in trouble, because if you're going to think that you're going to outbox Usyk, you're in trouble, because Usyk knows how to stick a move very well. He's been doing it most of his career. That's why he's undefeated and undisputed. Yeah. Does he have the power to get AJ out? No, he doesn't. But this is what I'm saying. He can outpoint AJ. AJ does tend to not gas out, because his gas engine's gone way better. And people keep going back to the past of how his gas engine was. But like Haplo said, he's tiny, guys. He's tiny. But this is what I'm saying. He could have stayed. He could have been about 240 in the 240 bracket. Usyk is doing the wrong thing. Usyk's bulking up. But Usyk's bulking up, yeah, is it muscle? Some of it, but some of it's fat. But we've already seen Usyk struggle.
It's gonna slow him down.
It slowed him down already for the first 2 fights against Chad Witherspoon, and you saw it with Chisora. He was only able to outbox Chisora because Chisora is slow anyway. So Chisora is just a brawler, but he's definitely slowed down. So what AJ should have did was let him think, all right, you bulk up. I'm going to come in bulky AJ. I'm used to being bulky AJ at heavyweight. I don't have to acclimate, and I'm just going to knock you out. AJ's actually given Usyk an advantage. He's kind of downsizing to be close to Usyk's weight, which I don't get.
It's like Lady Chan, like, could I just interject right quick? Because the thing about it, like, I think that
Chan, you took the words right.
Hold on, let me say this. I mean, because like the thing is, like, because I don't know how much weight AJ is losing, as long as it's just not too much. I mean, I don't see it. I don't see him. I don't see it really necessarily being a bad thing if he's in the 230 range, because bottom line, because he needs to have energy for stamina. He can't have a lot of muscle weight on him slowing him down either. Because I think he really needs to just be mobile and fast for this fight. Because he can't kind of be like a sitting duck for Usyk, I mean, so as long as he loses weight, it's fine, but just not too much to where like he's just completely
tiny,
skinny. Until he's tiny and just skinny.
He's tiny.
I mean, because does anybody know how much weight he's lost? I mean, I don't.
I'm
I mean,
not sure.
It's not too much.
He's looking in the 230 bracket because Usyk's bulked up to 231. That's a hard feat for Usyk to do, because he usually lies within the 210, 211 range. So for him to be coming in at 231, and AJ's looking like he's about 236.
Because why I say like AJ, she just, I mean,
that's a good weight,
but like not too much, is because like AJ's already the bigger, stronger. He's already the bigger, stronger guy anyway, naturally. So like he could lose some weight, but not just too much.
Yeah. Go ahead, guys, chop it.
That's a good weight for him. If he's at 236, 240, he's a good weight. That's a good weight. I just think that
he's not at 240. Not what I seen.
Okay,
definitely not in the 240.
Well,
not in the 240s.
That's all an interview with Johnny Nelson. He looks
okay, right, but we can't confirm that right now, can we? We can't. No. We can't confirm his weight right now.
I got a pretty good eye test. I'm quite good at calling weight.
I understand that, and I trust your eyes. They're very lovely, but we can't confirm it right now. That's what I'm saying. But as far as his weight and everything, I just think that we're focusing on the wrong things. Let's just focus on the fight. All the rest.
Well, listen, bro.
All the rest is just minutia.
If they both come in at the same weight, then they're both fucking up. Let's put it that way.
I don't see it that way. I don't see it that way, because you know what? Coach knows more about this than me. You have bulky muscle, you have lean muscle. I think the man is fine. I think he knows what he's doing. And I think Usyk and them have a plan, but you can't out muscle a man that is just physically stronger than you. I don't care how much muscle you put on. If someone is just physically stronger than you, it don't matter. It doesn't matter how much you bulk up. Period.
But bro, Usyk is a cruiserweight, bro, and he's coming in at 230. That's heavy.
Well, on paper, he's
231.
officially a heavyweight, bro. So no, he's not a cruiserweight anymore.
Wow, he was most effective at cruiser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that's facts. He was most effective at cruiser. Go ahead, Lise.
Well, let me just say this, okay? So he's damned if he do, he damned if he don't. Okay. If the man comes in heavy, everybody say he's a clunky heavyweight. He's a robot. You know, there's no fluidity or whatever. So you try to strip down some of those muscles and work on your cardio more. I mean, he's doing that. So
And he did.
and he's doing that. So it's like, you know, which is gonna be better for him per se, as far as his you know, his endurance is concerned. Because one thing I need to point out is that I never noticed AJ's gas tank until the Klitschko fight, because a lot of his fights before that,
he was getting them out
knocking
quick.
dudes out, getting them out quick. So, but that was the biggest I ever saw him when he came in 250.
Yeah.
At that fight. So what I noticed when he was smaller, he was faster. His hands was moving more, like in his earlier fights. But you know, I know they were earlier fights and they weren't to the level. The competition was not like it is today. But I'm saying he was faster and you know, boom, 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 taking people out. You know, so.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but AJ did an interview. I don't know where this was, but he did an interview where he said that, like, you know, up to the Klitschko fight, that Klitschko he said he released a prediction that said what would happen, and he said that I would gas out and he would knock me out, and he said he should call himself Mr. Mac because most of those predictions actually did come true.
Wow, yeah.
He was too heavy for that fight.
Against Klitschko, yeah.
Yeah, he was much too heavy. Now, to me, with his height and size, I think 240 would be great for him. I think that would be a great weight for him, coming in at 250 and all that. That's too big.
What is his natural weight, though? Does anybody even know AJ's natural weight?
He's a heavyweight, so
I know that. But I mean, just like what? Like 230, 240, like what?
AJ's a strange one because he's one of those fighters that naturally, because obviously he's 6'6", he's naturally quite a lean guy, but he also has the what's the word? Not the opportunity. He also can flip the other side, and he
propensity.
Propensity. He can be either or. So he's not like, you know, you've got Dillian White that he can't get out of like the 260 bracket, really. Like
he's 240 now, isn't he?
Dillian White's like 258. I think he got down to like 258. I called it on the button when he did for Povetkin.
For the rematch, he was like in the mid 250s, I think, for the Povetkin rematch.
Shouts out to Sky. Yeah, they called me and said, "Yeah, big up, Lady Shan. I got it on the dot." But yeah, 2-2. But yeah, no, but there's fighters that are like that. That, you know, they can't really budge the weight. They can probably be more solid, be more toned, but they can't really drop. AJ's kind of, he can go either or. So when he entered into the Olympics, he was in the like 230 bracket, right? 230, 235 bracket, if that. 230. He was tiny. Then as he came up, he thought he had to put on weight, so he heavy lifted, and that brought him into the 250s. And as you saw, he done most of his work in the 250s until getting beat by Ruiz. And then you saw him drop. Maybe he was only, I think, 3 pounds more than what he was in the Olympics. That was the first time he dropped in stones. It was like 16 stone, just under 16 stone, very small. And then when he fought Pulev, he put on an additional 3 pounds from what he beat Ruiz in, even though he looked a lot bigger. It was only a 3 pound difference. So now, since then, we've seen him drop way more weight. He's tiny, guys, and I'm telling you, he's small. He's small in a heavyweight form. Like, AJ's always going to look big next to the normal average man.
Small for him. Small for
him. Yeah, for sure. He's small for him, and he does carry power in both hands. So I'm not worried about him dropping weight and not having the power. I just think that he's in it to, like he says, he wants to box 15 rounds. But I think that's the wrong, unless he's trying to do that Jedi mind trick to kind of make Team Usyk think that he's going to be out there trying to box for 12 rounds. I think he should just come in. Like I said, you shouldn't be trying. We're not here. We're not in cruiserweight. Usyk's in your domain now. You've got to show Usyk what we do or what you do. This is heavyweight. Why are we trying to outbox for 12 rounds, 15 rounds? We don't need to do that. We want to get you out. Welcome to this world, Usyk. This is how we roll over here. We get fuckers out. We ain't got time for fucking points decisions all the time. Otherwise, everyone go to cruiserweight for that shit. We want knockouts. We want stoppages. We're 250, 240. We're not here to. We're not in the days of Ali where we all want to outbox and all of that. Where heavyweights were much smaller. Where Usyk would have excelled in those times. He's coming into the super heavyweights where everybody's like 250, 260, 270. So you're gonna have to get used to our house. We're not having to get used to your house, Usyk. And that's where I think Anthony Joshua is going wrong.
I mean, because maybe, because you just said AJ could be playing mind games. I hope he is. That'll be hilarious. I mean, if he made everybody thinks that he's going to go out there and box, but then he just takes the fight to Usyk early on and really tries to go for it. But also that could be playing into Usyk's hands. Who knows? I mean, because Usyk's going to, I already know he's going to be on the move. Like I just mentioned before, he's going to be on the move. He's not going to engage with AJ. He's going to be very wise not to do that. And, so hopefully it is a mind game. I'm hopefully picked up a trigger too from Ruiz when Ruiz was trying to, we gaslight him the first time taking photos with his title. Then Ruiz just, battered AJ no flinch, So, yeah. I mean, but I don't know if you guys noticed, but fun fact. I only asked about AJ's weight because how naturally big he is, because I remember hearing an interview with Manny Stewart when he trained Lennox Lewis, and Lennox was trying to get back to his early weight that he was like when he first turned pro in the amateurs, and Manny said, "Well, you can't do that because you've naturally grown. Your body's too big. You can't slim down. so your weight is what it is now." And that's why I asked about AJ. I mean, I just wonder what his natural weight is, like as a heavyweight. So yeah.
Anyone else? Everyone chime in. Whoever wants to go.
Yeah, since he brought up Lewis, that's another fighter who's at his, when he was around his best weight, it was 240, 245 type weight, which like I said, that's AJ's weight. And somebody mentioned White. If White could get to 240, he'd be in great shape.
He'd be perfect.
He'd be in great shape.
Question is, can he?
Was the best shape.
Yeah, he can.
He's been training in Portugal for nearly enough 2 years, and the best shape we saw him in was he'd only lost a few pounds. He tightened up. I just don't think White has the genetic makeup to be in the 240s.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, because the best shape I've seen him in, the best shape I saw him in was in the first Povetkin fight. Povetkin won, yes. Yeah, he really, because you could tell from when he last fought against Marius Watt that he really got in shape for that fight.
No, the best shape I've seen him in was the second fight with Derek Chisora.
Dillian White in that best shape. Dillian White.
Yeah, he was in great shape for that fight.
Best shape he was in. It's been noticed. This is the lowest weight he was Povetkin 1. Lowest weight he's ever been.
Yeah.
What do you weigh in that fight, Chan?
I got a question for the panel.
Go ahead.
My question is this. We know that Usyk was a stellar cruiserweight, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
How good do we think this guy is at heavyweight? I don't think he's very good.
Well, he hasn't had a lot of fights yet to really show us. That's the thing,
And that's what someone said in the chat. That he's going to have a couple more fights before having this fight. But I mean, the opportunity presented itself. Who's going to turn down to fight one of the most elite boxers in the heavyweight division?
He doesn't want to wait. He doesn't want to wait.
Well, I applaud him for taking the fight. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I applaud him for taking the fight. As a warrior, he took the fight. I give him that. But you went tooth and nail with Derek Chisora. This is just my opinion. AJ is something totally different than Derek Chisora. So I just don't see how you're going to pull this off.
Styles make fights.
Well, let me say this. Usyk is compared all the time to the great, Evander Holyfield. By the second, I think it's second fight, my phone is messing up. I'm gonna make this fast. But by his second fight at you saw how good he was at heavyweight. Holyfield was great after that Dokes fight. There was no question how good he was. It was no question. But we still have questions about Usyk. But I can tell you, Usyk doesn't have that it factor. He's very good, but he doesn't have that it factor, and that's why he's gonna come up short in this fight.
He stopped knocking people out even in cruiserweight.
Well-
it isn't the knockout. It's just the fighter has the it factor.
But I mean, if even in his own division, he stopped getting stoppages and KOs. Why does everybody think that he'll be able to knock out Anthony Joshua or any?
I don't think that.
Or not. I'm not saying I've just heard it. Or any of the heavyweights, the current heavyweights. I'm talking about the Joe Joyces. I'm talking about the thing.
Hold on, excuse me, Chan. Excuse me, Chan. I gotta say something.
Go ahead.
Fish. Who the hell is Arthur Spilka? Who the hell is that? Why would you even bring his name up?
Oh,
he's the name is heavyweight. I mean, he's a heavyweight boxer. I mean, I think the first time I heard
Arthur Spilka is C-level at best.
For sure.
That's true.
Yeah.
To this day.
I mean, but real quick, I think the only chance that AJ has of getting stopped in this fight, if he was to get tired and gas out, that's it. Then if Usyk is still fresh, he could overwhelm him with work rate and just pressure and just whatever and get him out of there. That's the only chance I see AJ getting stopped.
That only happens. Go ahead.
I was going to say something to somebody in the chat. Gary Green. If he was so afraid, why did he go back 6 months afterward and retain his belts back? Fighting his, you got to understand when a person is they first lost, they're gonna make some adjustments to maybe to their fighting style, or he has incorporated new trainers. So you know what I mean? So
yeah,
going through a transition, a change. I got an echo.
Yeah, it's just probably one I can hear. It's been around for a minute though. Most people's muted.
You want me to log out and come back in?
I'm not sure if it's really you.
Okay.
I don't.
No, but
everyone's. Well, it might be me because it could be you then.
No,
because it could
right.
be you.
But what I'm
Everyone else
saying to him is, no, it's not about the criticizing. Of course, he's not the same fighter because he had to make some changes. So you haven't seen the full AJ yet. He's still a work in progress. You know what I'm trying to say? I don't think he's the total it fighter. He's getting there. There's still some things you got to work on. That's what I mean.
Yeah. South Londoner. What?
No disrespect over him. Yeah.
No, South Londoner. What do you think about the weight that AJ's dropped?
It's a good question. And I don't really think there's anything wrong with it. Why? Because he's a natural slim set guy. Like for him to be heavy, he has to, eat loads, put work in the gym to build up to that. Whereas he's just naturally a slim guy anyway. So if he's gonna be in a fight where there's two things that can happen. Either he can wait for Usyk to come to him, or Usyk is gonna be running around and basically he's not going to do what Andy Ruiz tried to do in the second fight. Andy Ruiz was trying to come forward, but very slowly, plodding forward. Whereas AJ, if Usyk is going to be moving around quick, he's going to have to move around quick to make sure he can cut off the ring and to go the distance with him. So I'm not worried about his gas tank. I'm not worried about his weight. Like you said, he's 6'6". Now, I don't know, like as a man, right? I'm about 5'10". Okay. Right? As a man, yeah.
I was going to ask you how tall you were as well, actually.
Yeah, I'm about 5'10", right?
That
So
means
as
5'8".
no, 100% 5'10". No bullshit.
Okay.
But I don't need to lie, but cool. As a man, right?
Yeah.
If my cousin is 6'5", yeah, this guy, like, I feel like I'm stronger than him. But one thing I've noticed with guys that are naturally taller is that the bone density, the bone structure,
It's
when
thin.
that leans on you, it's a different thing. It's a different feeling. So that already is adding extra weight to it already. So I don't think there's gonna be too much problem with the weight difference. And I believe that his power transfers over to a lighter weight. His
Me
punches
too.
might even be sharper at that weight,
Mhm.
because I learned, right, that the actual smaller weights, they can get more power into their punches when they
Velocity.
punch.
Mhm.
Yeah. So maybe the bulkiness stops the power, the real power from landing on people. And that might be a thing. So it depends, because maybe Usyk is bulking up so he can go for the knockout. Maybe he's trying to go for the knockout.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Or maybe he's trying to add to his punch,
You know, Gary,
punch resistance.
why don't
So
you
he,
click the
True.
link, Gary Green? Because you got a lot to say.
and he says he
Click
likes
the
AJ,
link.
so I'm not understanding. I'm just going down. I haven't even got to the bottom yet.
We don't. Nobody cares if you think he cares if you're a fan or not. The thing is that click the link. He's saying that the way he got his belts back was embarrassing, like running.
No, he
Like
didn't run. Did you see
All
Andy
right.
Ruiz? Did you see Andy
All
Ruiz's
right.
face? Andy Ruiz
he
had a
was,
cut on his
he
face
was,
by the first round. So how do
he's
you
the
get a
fourth.
cut on your face without anyone landing on you? How do you win by points if you haven't landed? Come on,
All
He's the
right.
fourth
seriously.
Now,
boxer. He's the fourth boxer in history to get his
Lennox Lewis,
belts
Muhammad Ali, Dillian White.
back.
Dillian White.
Back. So you gotta
Yeah.
give him credit
I
there.
want to
So
say something on this topic real quick. I want to
Say
say
the
something on this.
statement.
All right. So prior to the fight, AJ losing the fight, AJ wanted the immediate rematch.
right.
It later turned out that Andy Ruiz didn't want the
He
immediate
tried to duck
rematch.
it.
He wanted to fight Wilder,
Yeah.
right?
So
So what happened
they said they was
was
gonna do court proceedings. Eddie said.
exactly. So he was scared that he was gonna lose the belts.
'Cause he knew
Then
yeah.
he came into the fight, yeah. So maybe he came into the fight, then said that he didn't train. Cool, but during the fight, yeah, one thing I noticed is at the end, he was like, "Oh, AJ, come to me, come to me."
Yeah.
Right? Hold on. Like, why didn't Andy Ruiz, if he wanted AJ so bad, why didn't he cut off the ring? Yeah. Now, for me, yeah, he fought like somebody who's just there for the payday, Andy Ruiz. Yeah, he didn't fight like he was the champion, as
Yeah.
far as I'm concerned. A champion won't let somebody do that to them, as far as I'm concerned.
Hey, yo, you know why he didn't cut off? You know why Ruiz didn't cut off the ring? You know why? You know why he didn't cut off the ring?
Because that stick was in his face all
Well,
night.
no, because he nearly weighed 300 pounds on the night of the fight. That's why.
Just shy of 300 pounds. The stick was in his face. You know, he got cut on his eye by round 1. So when people say that AJ ran, I don't understand.
See, it's funny. Like when people say, when people say that he ran. No, he boxed. There's a difference.
He moved laterally. He moved
Yeah.
in a circular motion.
Yeah.
People don't understand that.
He applied the sweet science. Haplo, where
But
did you
my thing is, there's an answer to what AJ was doing, but Andy Ruiz didn't want to do that because he's afraid of getting knocked out. It's as simple as that.
Right. Yeah. Because he knew that AJ had already dropped him. He's droppable, you know, but it was his bad. He should have came in better shape.
Here's the thing. I mean, he was supposed to be preparing for that. I thought Ruiz. I mean, didn't he have Michael Hunter in his training camp for the rematch?
I don't know who he had
Yeah.
in his training camp.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah,
say
he
something
did.
right quick, and I got to get out of here because I got to get ready for work. But Coach says something all the time that I truly respect, and it's the truth. When people don't like you, there's really nothing you can do to change their opinion. You know what I'm saying? It's a segment of people that just don't like AJ for whatever reason it is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's their reason, it's their opinion, and that's fine. But to get frustrated with people who are just going to make comments because they just don't like the guy, saying things like he's regressing as a fighter and all this kind of crap, that's just people who just don't like the guy. You know what I'm saying? And that's fine. You don't have to like every fighter. I don't like every fighter.
Yeah, but we.
You know what I'm saying? But
you don't like
if you're gonna if you're gonna have a debate, and if you're gonna participate in a debate, at least come with some substance. Don't say something idiotic like he's regressing as a fighter. That's crazy.
And then have nothing to
Right.
back
That's
that.
why we asked him to click the link.
Click the link. Like, maybe I need to put the link in the chat. It's been a while.
Come on in. Come on in.
Do you know what's funny, right? Do you know what's funny, right? If you go and watch AJ's old fights, right, when he was just going in there and blasting people out, right? You watch them fights properly, you'll see that he had no technique. He had fundamentals, but he didn't really have. He was sloppy, right? Now, I'm not gonna lie. Since like recently, like maybe his last 2 matches, I've seen a difference in him. You know, I've seen way more skill set that he showed in previous fights. So he's actually going in the right direction, in my opinion.
I just want to know. Yeah, Gary, he says AJ needs to get back to aggressive boxing. He can beat any heavyweight if he actually fights. So do you really think
you want him to get knocked out?
Yeah. Is that yeah? Thank you, Lisa. Is that what you asking? You wanted to get knocked out by somebody then? In that case,
yeah, we got one. Man, who cares about?
Well, he's gonna walk into his greatness. He ain't gonna do what you want him to do.
We got a Wilder in the building.
That's funny.
Malachi, we need your sound effects.
Oh boy, here we go.
Who cares about you?
Oh yeah.
Who cares about you, Crypto George World?
Al, can you put the siren alarm on, please? Can you put the siren on?
If you're tired of hearing about AJ, you saw the topic. Why the hell are you here? Why don't you go somewhere else?
Wilder's the true champ. What kind of fucking champ is this?
1 second, the siren.
Don't even have a fucking belt. So fuck you.
Attention. We have a Wilder in the chat.
Get the fuck out of here.
We've got a twerker supporter in the chat. Attention.
You're not welcome here.
We've got a hater in the chat. Attention. Glam Squad supporter.
Chan, lead this guy a link. He won't come on though. How much you want to bet? Bet everybody he won't come on.
They never come on. They say, I don't mind if you don't like AJ. You don't have to like him. But
no, this is my problem. Here's my problem, Chan. Here's my problem. Here's my problem, Chan. You see the thumbnail. You know what the topic is. So if you don't want to hear about AJ or Usyk, why are you here?
What is it?
No, let me.
Okay, come here.
Hey, Shelton.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? I was going to tell you. I'm just agreeing with you, man. I'm just being quiet because I don't want to be a part of this back and forth with this fool. But I'm just agreeing with you.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. You know, if you don't want to hear about the topic, then why do you click on, man? Go to a Wilder channel. They're talking about him somewhere. I'm pretty sure.
People keep sending me this live.
People keep sending me this live.
John, we haven't heard from you, John. I forgot you was here. You all right? Everything cool? John?
Oh boy.
John's still here. Maybe
Lady Shan.
Hey, well, Chan, Lisa, you know I love y'all. Coach, Troy, everybody on the panel. Thanks for having me. I got to get ready for work, y'all. Have a great day, man.
We'll tap in later. Have a great day yourself, babe.
I'm still.
All right. Thank you.
I'm still here.
Okay.
Okay.
So John, what is there anything that you'd like to say? You know, how do you feel about Deontay Wilder? Because you know you've got him saying AJ is a bum and so is Fury and Wilder is the true champ. How do you feel about that? I'm not sure where you stand with.
I never said anyone's a bum.
No. This guy in the chat. We've got a guy in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Doing that. Yeah.
Deontay Wilder has the biggest punch maybe in boxing history.
Not true.
Besides that, I don't. I mean, who knows what's going to happen? I mean, it's all the controversy in the last fight. But honestly, what I will say is I don't think this fight's going to make as much money as what people think it's going to make. I think it'll do like 650,000 buys. But the casuals,
it's sold out already, man.
Sold out just by physical people, and they had 54,000.
Nah, but I mean,
it sold down. It sold down 24 hours, didn't it?
It sold out within 2, but they rounded it. They got all the data in 24 hours. And what?
That's hardcore. Pay-per-views are not going to be high,
so
but
what?
I hope it is. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah,
I don't believe you.
You may be, because AJ's never done anything less than 1 million pay-per-views ever.
Oh, I never said AJ. I was saying Wilder Fury.
Oh, that fight.
Fury. Oh yeah, fuck that. Yeah, they never sold fuck all. Sorry. Yeah, they
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got kicked out. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Very good, Lisa. Welcome back.
Crypto.
Yeah. I was going crazy when I left.
What am I supposed to be speaking on?
You're capping. It hasn't sold out. You wish it had. But anyway, you can go back to your legal streaming. Go and listen to Blue Blood and.
Yeah, he need to be flamed. He needs to be gasoline thrown on him. Like I said when I left. Well, what Hall of Famer does he have on his record? If you don't want to hear it, then don't come, because nobody give a fuck about what you think.
Facts.
I wanted to say this real quick.
Wow. Yeah.
I think it was the last brother that said that Wilder possibly has the hardest punch in all of boxing. That's absolutely not true, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah,
He's never knocked out any of the current top heavyweights. So how could you say that he has the hardest punch? Different men.
Matter of fact, I can list 3 punches right now who I believe punch harder than Deontay Wilder. Ron Lau, Ernie Shavers, George Foreman. Boom.
Yeah, we know they does, but in current.
Current. Yeah.
Okay.
I would say Dillian White hits harder.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Facts. Dillian White's left hook is amazing. That puts you good night. God bless.
What about Joshua straight right? His straight right. Joshua straight right.
Left hook, right hook, straight right, and uppercut is very Leonard Lewis-esque.
Yes,
that's his money punch. Is that uppercut?
That whole combo, left, right, uppercut, gets you out. It's got everyone out.
He had Pulev on spaghetti legs when he landed like 2 or 3.
He nearly took off Klitschko's
his head. Yeah,
stretched like go gadget neck.
He laid out Dillian White, knocked him out with 1 as well.
Yep, same. Left hook, then and then a right uppercut. Same. You can laugh, Crypto. I'd love you to come on, Cryptocurrency. I'd love you to come on.
Do you know one thing, right?
All is welcome. Billy, where are you? Billy,
let him come on. He's nothing but a troll.
I'm going to put the link in the chat.
He won't. I'm telling y'all, he won't. He won't come.
I know. Like, Wilder supporters, when it's this, they never come on.
Flame is there.
They're such good.
And this is not even about Wilder. This is about Usyk.
AJ and Usyk.
AJ and Usyk.
Well, AJ and Usyk. So take your funky ass somewhere else.
Yeah, you like to deflect from what the topic is. Like, there's loads.
Because we're not having it. We're talking about AJ and Usyk. Now move on.
Yeah, move along, babe. Move along. You either come on the panel or you move it along. Because when you're going to be speaking in the chat, I'm not going to address you any longer. I've given you little moments of fame, and I've got another guest coming in. I'm introducing. War of the Week Radio with Joseph Heron.
Joseph.
What up, Jay?
It's so good to visit with all of you guys. And thank you for the wonderful introduction. And God bless all of you guys. And yeah, I'm here.
Oh, my God, Joseph.
Deontay, no, I'm not. I wouldn't do that, guys. Come on. Honestly, I'm just really I scared you, didn't I? No. But no, I'm just here to be a part of this wonderful panel, guys. Honestly, I want to hear what all of you guys think, and because honestly, the real winners of this fight are going to be the fans. It might not be the most scintillating in terms of action, but it's going to be a lot of drama. And Oleksandr Usyk, I mean, when you look at the odds of this is a much tighter odds fight than Wilder versus Fury 3 for good reason. Anthony Joshua, proficient as he is, right? He's never seen anything like what he's going to see, and vice versa. That's what makes this fight so intriguing. Both guys are going to see something very, very different. I'm sorry, what?
What is he going to see from Usyk?
What is he going to see from Usyk? Oh my gosh! Look, Oleksandr Usyk's his ability to control range from any distance is absolutely incredible. So you may see points where Anthony Joshua has Usyk right in his grill, just moving in and out of range, showing him different angles, and it's going to be very hard to hit, even right in front of his face. But once again, Usyk has to find a home there. He's got to make his way inside. Is he going to be able to do that against that, well, often intelligent jab of Anthony Joshua and that big right hand, that big right uppercut? This is going to be a really amazing fight in which both guys are going to present very difficult scenarios. But guys, don't be surprised if there are several lulls in this fight where there's not a ton of action, right? Just brace yourselves for that, but enjoy this brilliant elite level chess match in the heavyweight division, because these don't come around very often.
Right. And how do you feel, Jay, about the weight loss of AJ and the weight gain of Usyk? Good, bad? Don't in my opinion, that's advantage AJ. He understands that he has to be limber, flexible, quick, right, in this matchup against a real chameleon and a real enigma like Oleksandr Usyk. In my opinion, the added weight gain, depending on how much it is, and we'll find out on the weigh-in, that's not going to help Oleksandr Usyk's chances.
Well,
he should be coming in at a very light, fast, flexible weight. If he comes in at 225, Usyk. If Usyk comes in at 225, he's in trouble.
He's 231 already. No.
he's going to be bigger than 225, Joe.
Then he's in trouble. Then he's in trouble. The added weight is not going to, and that's a huge misnomer in the heavyweight division. All of these lighter guys moving up in weight, it doesn't help. It hurts them. Because, I mean, I'm sorry, but you can't, if your strategy is to be able to move in and out of the pocket fluidly, that added weight can't help you. So in my opinion, that's already advantage Anthony Joshua. But once again, Anthony Joshua is going to have a really hard time finding this guy, and he's going to be right in front of him. So can Anthony Joshua keep from getting frustrated and stay calm and collected? Because once again, you don't react well if you're tense and you're frustrated in the pocket.
And I think, and Joe, to add to what you're saying, I think this is the first southpaw that AJ will be in the ring with since Charles Martin. And that's and people don't understand. It's a lot, heavyweight southpaws are that can move like a Usyk. That's a challenge in itself. With the type of hand speed, foot speed, but like Joe's saying, when you gain that much weight and you try to do that, and AJ's actually losing weight, that gives advantage for AJ, because you got a guy that's known for his speed and known for his athleticism is going to be carrying around, dragging extra weight in a 12-round fight, while AJ's going to be lighter on his feet and have less muscle mass. And we've seen how great AJ can move when he comes in light. So this is going to be awesome. I can't wait to see it, Joe. How you doing, man?
Oh, doing well, young Bill. It's good to hear from you, my friend. Good to hear Miss you on the show, brother.
Yeah. But yeah, what's up, lady?
I'll say this.
You're right, Billy.
I'll say this, guys. Young billionaire always has a lot of great insight, and it's just a testament to his knowledge of being a former prize fighter. And you can tell that this Yeah,
I didn't know
young.
that. I didn't know.
I
What-
fought in the Golden Gloves and stuff at middleweight at 165, and I won the Golden
Yeah.
Gloves, and then I was runner up in two of them, and then I won 2 of them
Oh, great.
Mhm.
Congrats.
out here in Houston. Yeah. So
Oh,
I
good.
used,
Yeah, I heard you
You-
talking
you
some
don't-
stuff
you don't
about Houston and the gym
Yeah.
circuit.
yeah, like I actually used to work with like guys like Ronnie Shields, like he
Yeah.
held the mills for me when I was
And
like
you was
13.
around the Charlos. Where
Uh-huh.
you met the Charlos
Yeah,
and that as well, haven't you?
And Holyfield trained out here in Houston too, so I actually experienced seeing Holyfield spar and
Mhm.
At the
Rick it
great
down.
Willie Savannah gym.
yeah, man, Holyfield
You're
was a monster.
you're not a great AJ supporter, really, are you? He's not really one of the fighters that you like. too
Who,
much.
AJ? No,
Yeah.
you know what, Shan? Like, I heard I forgot my man. You said you were 5'10". I think you were out in the UK, but you said that
Yeah.
AJ used to be sloppy, like like how he was plodding, knocking people out, and like that Dillian White fight was a perfect example of how far AJ has come technically. You know what I mean? Because that Dillian White fight, he was a lot more open to get hit. And he was willing to trade with you back then. You get what I mean? And that was a dangerous recipe. And AJ was just so mentally strong and so hungry at that time that it didn't look. People like that style more because they want to see AJ vulnerable. But I like this new AJ. I like how he's putting in so much work.
Young Bill, can you elaborate on this? And I know you can. There's like, even if guys like AJ and Deontay Wilder, and once again, they're former Olympians and they both medaled, but they're still learning on the job when they turn pro, and they don't have a deep amateur background, even though they find that success in the Olympics. And please elaborate on as to why, because it's very hard to find quality sparring at the heavyweight level in the amateurs. Can you elaborate on that, sir?
That guy want to link, Lady Chan.
Oh, okay. Well, want me to drop out? Somebody.
No, Billy, say you just come. You're more welcome to stay as long as you want.
I want to hear what Green got to say though, because he's been talking noise in the chat.
Yeah, you've been talking some noise.
So I'll hop off real quick and hop right back on.
Yeah, and then hop back on. All right, Billy. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, well,
Green, come through like the motherfucking woo.
Oh, TBA, what's up? What's up, fam?
Ayo, what's
Okay.
up?
Okay, I got a question. I got a question real quick about Usyk. Because I keep hearing about his brilliance and he knows about distance. I didn't see any of that when he fought Joyce, and Joyce was basically beating him with a jab. Well, Joyce was holding his own with him with just a jab. He was holding it in place with just that boom, 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 that jab all night.
Joyce with who? Oh, when they
Joyce fought Usyk, he used that jab all night. Boom, 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 boom. I didn't see all this brilliance. I just don't think the man is brilliant. I don't think he's great. I think he's good. He just doesn't have the it factor to me. He's good, but he's not good enough.
I get you. You talk about Usyk.
Usyk.
Oh, Usyk. Oh, okay.
Green, there you are. Come through. Here he is. Introducing Mr. Gary Green. What's up? Welcome. Gary, where are ya?
So tell me he's one of
audio
mess up your live.
Gary. I put him backstage until he knows what he's doing, because I don't know what he's. I'm gonna let you back on. Let me see. Like, are you showing your face or not? What are you doing? Because I've given you a chance to speak and you sound like you're fiddling. So I'm letting you back on. Go ahead. Are you able to talk? Oh, he's bounced off now. I don't know. Maybe he's got some problems.
Anyway, I got a question right quick. Does anybody see Joshua getting stopped at all in this fight? Anybody?
No.
Okay.
Gary Green.
Actually, and I'll give you my official prediction, and it's going to come out on Fight Saga on Friday, right? But I'll give you the preview, right?
Speak after as well, Jay. You're supposed to ring me earlier. Naughty.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I've been under the weather all day, actually. I'm just coming on here to, I'm sorry, but I will, I promise.
Worries.
We have a lot to discuss.
No worries. Yeah,
but,
no worries.
But here's my official prediction, and it's going to be on the head-to-head article. It's going to come out this Friday, right. After the weigh-in. In my opinion, Anthony Joshua wins a very controversial split decision victory and receives the benefit of a lot of close rounds because of the more impactful, explosive, consequential punches landed. He's the much harder puncher by far. So he's going to get the benefit of all the close rounds in this, and for good reason. Once again, it's hard to ignore when you're facing a puncher who's a lot more explosive. He throws the more eye-catching shots. It's one of the reasons why Canelo always gets the benefit of the judges' scorecards in all of the close rounds. He's got more eye-catching punches to the judges at ringside. In my opinion, that's going to be the difference in this fight. Usyk just cannot. He's going to win in terms of CompuBox and volume, but Anthony Joshua is the more explosive, eye-catching puncher, and that's going to be the difference in this fight. But it's going to be a very difficult outing for both men, including Anthony Joshua. And once again, who's the gentleman who brought up the Joe Joyce jab and how difficult it was for Usyk during the World Series of Boxing?
That was me.
Okay, very good. Very insightful. But you know what? That's not an indictment of Usyk. That's actually just showing you how good Joe Joyce's jab actually is at the professional level. Now, answer me this. Who has a jab that's better and more intelligent than the Joe Joyce hammer?
Joshua has a good jab when he chooses to use it. Yeah, he has a very good jab. And it's steady and all that. Yeah. I'm sorry. Joyce is a timing fighter. That's why he throws off this guy, because he's a fighter that sets the pace. Then you have a timing fighter that throws him off a bit. Most fighters come in there and think they could just rush him and carry on, but Joyce fights on the timing. 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, and that throws him off. I just don't see no greatness in this cat. Good, yes. My grandmother used to tell me
what are you
there was
looking
good,
at,
better,
sir,
and best.
when you say you don't see anything
I'm looking at
special
everything. I see him for what he is. He wins fights.
You don't see anything
He wins
special in his
fights by
footwork?
setting. No.
Wow, that's shocking.
What's so special about him? I've been watching boxing
all around the world.
I've been watching boxing since I was 15. I'm 50. I really don't see.
I've been watching the NFL since I was 15, and it doesn't make me an expert in NFL.
I never once used the word expert, did I? I never said expert, did I?
Oleksandr Usyk has some of the best footwork in boxing. It rivals the only one that's better, in my opinion, is Vasily Lomachenko in terms of footwork.
I don't see it.
His ability to control range, once again, and it's all because of his footwork. He can control range from any distance, inside, mid-range, long range.
Well, he wasn't doing that well against, Derek Chisora either.
Yeah, that's really against.
Well, Derek Chisora had one game plan. That was it, just trying to get into his chest. That's it.
1 second. Coach Malachi has to go, but he wants to say something before he leaves, so let him speak. Go ahead, Mal.
Okay, so I'm good. I'm happy that someone else is on here defending Usyk, because this is supposed to be a debate. It's supposed to be Team Usyk versus Joshua. It seems like it's more Joshua versus Usyk, which defeat the whole purpose. But that's neither here nor there. I like the fact that me personally, of course, I got Joshua beating Usyk. But Usyk is a damn good fighter. He's not an Evander Holyfield, of course. He does have excellent footwork. I think that we're going to see something different that neither one of us are going to expect. We're looking at what we know from what we've seen from Usyk thus far, and we're looking at what Joshua looked like. He lost too much weight. But if he's 6'6", 238 or 235, that's really not that bad, to be honest with you. It's all about how you can carry that weight. And if he's not lifting heavy weight anymore, he's cut down on the muscle mass, and as long as he's still strong, I think it's really not a big deal, to be honest with you. Timing, and timing. If Anthony Joshua can time Usyk, he got him. He's gonna get him out of there. If Usyk can figure out Anthony Joshua's timing, and land more accurate punches and keep Joshua from mauling him, smutting him out, pressing him out, he can make it a long night for Joshua. So that's all I have to say. And other than that, guys, peace. New meeting today, USA Boxing. Tune in tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Don't beat me there, beat me there. The old boy will be on tomorrow. Coach Malachi Williams,
and Coach.
Excellent observation, Coach.
Yeah,
excellent observation, Coach.
Really,
And coach,
he
before
really-
you pull out, did you watch the video?
What video?
I sent you a video. Remember?
Yeah, I might have. Dang, I get so much stuff, man.
Yeah. The trainer that's in Plants Corner.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, at the Hall of Fame ceremony. Yeah, I saw that.
Now do what you got to do. You guys catch up after because I don't want to.
Yeah, I saw
keep
that.
him.
Okay, good, man. Because I'm gonna drop a half a dove on your boy. Maybe if I get some money tomorrow.
Hey, what's the brother name that's on?
Joseph.
The one that got the radio voice.
Joseph.
Yes,
Yeah. I really like. I like your observation. I really like your content. I really do, bro. I really do. To be honest.
Thank you very much, sir. And I love your content as well. Keep doing what you do, brother. The enthusiasm is wonderful, and it's much needed within this wacky sport of boxing, brother. Keep doing what you do, man.
Listen, we need some more Clubber Lanes in boxing. Well, that's what we need. hey, Troy, we need Clubber Lane now. Getting out while you can. Don't give him no statue.
I love
give him
it.
some guts.
I am number one. That means I beat the best.
Hey, listen. No more fighting on Twitter. We don't need no more Twitter fights. We need some real fights. All right, guys.
Well said, brother. Bravo, coach.
All right, coach.
All right, coach. Take care.
Okay, so we have Brian. What's his name? The one that was. What's your name? Go ahead. You keep saying Gary Green. You're in the building.
Your voice real low, Chan.
Why is my voice low? Can you not hear me? Can you hear me better now?
You good?
Yeah.
Is that
What are you
better?
using? The SM58?
No, I forget the name, the code of this. I don't know.
It's
But
low now.
It's got, is it low now? It's on the.
Now I hear you better.
You're
It almost
just
sounds like
fine.
it got a short in it.
Does it?
It's better.
Yeah, is that better now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really low there for a while.
Okay, so it's on my right on my mouth now. I've got the female, the XLR link jack that goes from the mic, Joseph, into the laptop. The female.
Okay, so yeah, you're getting the high Z response. That's why. But yeah, so from looking in the video, you're using the Shure SM58. I use that all the time live, but it's got to be the low Z jack. Anyway, that's technical jargon. You guys don't want to hear anything about that.
Yeah, usually I sound fine. This guy Green is a troll. He keeps saying it's kicking him out. You can get on the live. Is this not you? Peter, talk. Peter, you haven't said anything. Welcome, Peter.
Oh, thank you. Well, my take on the Usyk Joshua fight is you got a southpaw going against an orthodox. As far as the weight gain goes, well, it's easier to gain weight when you're 6'3". I'm 6'2". I weigh 220. I could put on another 5 pounds. It wouldn't hurt me a bit. Of course, I'm 69. Maybe it might, but when you're 34 years old and you're a southpaw, you've been fighting all your life, did great in the amateurs. I don't think it's going to really bother him. Might give him a little bit more pop behind his punches. I don't know. He doesn't really box like a hard puncher. As far as Anthony Joshua's weight loss goes, well, it's harder to lose weight than it is to gain it. So he's going to have to deal with that. Of course, they have the time. He's an orthodox fighter. He's going to have a problem. He's got a southpaw in front of him, but he's a great puncher. And I was watching both of them work out. Great work ethic. Both those guys are really working hard. They're definitely totally serious. And so this is going to be, I got to tell you, this is going to be a really interesting fight. And the way I see it going, Usyk starting off, setting the pace. And he's going to set the pace, but he's slowly going to slow down because he always does. Even when he was a cruiserweight, he slowly but surely, he doesn't slow down that much, but he just slows down. And when he starts slowing down, Anthony Joshua is going to slow down. We'll see who slows down the most because I think Joshua is going to start meeting him. Usyk isn't going to be able to get away from Anthony Joshua because Anthony Joshua is a young guy. He's a strong guy. He's a big guy, and he's going to catch you. So as far as more meaningful punches, in my opinion, Anthony Joshua is probably going to get more meaningful punches. and the outcome will probably be 12 rounds. And I'm not gonna, I would say I'm just gonna go ahead and speculate, but my guess would be a split decision or even a unanimous decision for Anthony Joshua. But I hate to make any kind of predictions. You know what I mean?
I was asking
of course
because I know you're usually Team Usyk, and we needed more Usyk people. So I was like,
well, here's something I'll add to that, sister. Oh, I'm sorry, Lady Shan.
I turned my mic up in the settings on the StreamYard. Does it sound a bit better?
Yeah, it does, ma'am.
It's a lot better now.
Okay,
yes,
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, Joseph.
So,
go ahead.
No, it's quite all right. You're the gracious hostess. Thank you so much, sister. And so one thing I'll add to that is you're going to see his footwork, right? Moving in and out of the pocket, sliding in and out of the pocket proficiently. And Anthony Joshua is not going to have to look for Usyk in this fight. He wants to hover around the pocket a lot like a la Vasyl Lomachenko. And what his footwork does, it always disrupts the timing and rhythm of a prolific counterpuncher, which Anthony Joshua is. He's always looking to time you as you're coming in, right? And what it's going to do is it's going to freeze Anthony Joshua. You're going to see him gun shy in this fight because his footwork is going to disrupt the time. He's going to have a hard time finding range in which to let his right hand go. And when he's going to have a hard time because of the lateral movement and the footwork moving in and out of the pocket, he's going to have a hard time finding him with the touch jab even. This is going to be a very frustrating fight for AJ and his fans. One where he's not going to look great, but I think he's going to swing the majority of the close rounds because he's going to throw by far, the more eye-catching and the harder, more impactful shots, and that's what judges look for when determining the winner of the close, very difficult rounds to score. I'm with the gentleman who gave his scorecard as well, or his prediction. I think it's going to be a very difficult fight to score, and I think it's going to be a very controversial scorecard at the end of the day. And I'm choosing Anthony Joshua for the reasons that I just stated, but you could see a split decision or a very controversial unanimous one. But mark my words, guys, Anthony Joshua is going to have a very hard time pulling the trigger in this fight because of all the feints that Oleksandr Usyk's footwork poses for a prolific counterpuncher. He's going to have a hard time knowing when to let his hands go. It's going to be a very interesting technical chess match, and we don't see very many of these in the heavyweight division. It should be a really great fight, guys. A very high-level chess match in the heavyweight division.
It's going to be a classic.
I agree.
I've never seen Usyk do any of the things you said he's done. Who's he done all these things against?
Watch the Michael Hunter fight, sir.
Michael Hunter?
Yep.
I can't stand watching him fight, so that would never happen. I hate his style.
Watch.
I hate his style. Yeah.
Okay, well, very, very good. You don't have to watch that one then. Watch his brilliant performance against Murat Gassiev or Maris Bradis, right?
Oh,
Maris
yeah.
Bradis. Watch any one of those fights.
I'm talking about a heavyweight, though, sir. I'm talking about a heavyweight. What heavyweight has he done all these things with?
He's only had two
Three.
examples at heavyweight.
He's had three
Chaz
fights at
Witherspoon
heavyweight.
and Derek Chisora. That's it.
No. He fought the other boy with the thick accent.
No, he's only fought.
No.
He's only fought 2 heavyweights.
That was you're talking about Tony Bellew. That was
Tony Bellew, that heavyweight. Wasn't that a heavyweight?
That was a cruiserweight, sir.
That was that cruiserweight. He defended his title once.
Yeah, because
I want to come back on, Billy. Let me put the link in because Billy, this guy's trolling us. Gary Green or whatever his name.
He's sick of him.
Forget this dude. Forget this guy.
Yeah.
Forget that dude.
Yeah, getting sick of you.
Hey, Lady Chan, I got to go. Thanks for having me on. I got to clean the garage out.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Thank you for coming and giving your opinion.
Now who is this young man?
You're always welcome.
What's your name, sir?
I appreciated your insight, brother. That was very, very good assessment of this matchup.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate all the opinions and thanks for having me on.
Yeah, you're welcome, Peter.
Now, who is this?
he keeps jumping on and then jumping off. I don't know. It keeps saying connection problem. Lennox, he doesn't really like AJ, but he's been in the chat. But I've seen him. I think he comes on coach's thing. But
What's your name, Peter? Was Peter your name?
Bill, Billy, the link's back in if you want to jump back on. So I put the link back in the chat. So where are we at? So I would like you guys' official prediction, because what I'll do is I'll also chop this up. I know you gave it, Joseph, but you may have to just give it again. Sorry, my bad. So we'll start with AJ first. We'll do official prediction. Round points. We want UD, MD, SD, whatever. This guy keeps going on. Whatever you think it's going to be. Let's go.
Let's see. All right, now that I've thought about it off the top of my head, I'm going with a very controversial UD by Anthony Joshua. Probably going to go the distance. Of course, I'm picking him to win, but that's how I kind of see it going. It's probably going to be very cagey, very technical, and probably don't see any knockdowns being scored. Could be wrong, but that's just how I see it going. A very controversial, maybe UD for Joshua.
Mm-hmm. Great stuff. So, thank you for that official prediction. We're going to go with Lee Bales' official prediction.
My brother AJ.
My brother Joseph.
Been chatting with you the other night, my friend.
Always a pleasure. So we can't wait till you go live again, man. Looking forward to that.
God bless you, brother. Me too.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Lee. Official prediction.
I got AJ unanimous decision or majority decision.
Say that. You got AJ what?
Unanimous decision or majority decision, because it's going to be a chess match.
Okay.
Indeed.
Right. Okay, who's next? Who wants to go next? So I can solo the screen. Joseph, sorry.
Oh, it's my turn. Oh, very good.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, guys, don't be surprised if you see a less than scintillating action-filled fight on Saturday. In my opinion, the Usyk footwork, as well as his punch volume, his ability to slide in and out of range fluidly, it's going to really disrupt the timing and rhythm of a very prolific counterpuncher like Anthony Joshua. You're going to see him uncharacteristically be gun shy or have a hard time pulling the trigger, finding range against a chameleon like Usyk in the ring. And I'm with you guys. It's going to be a very controversial, either unanimous or split decision in favor of Anthony Joshua. And the only reason why it's going to favor Anthony Joshua is because he throws the more eye-catching, consequential punches. And that's customarily what the ringside judges look for when trying to determine the winner of a very hard-to-score, evenly matched round. And that's one of the reasons why Canelo Alvarez always seemingly gets the close and hard to score rounds in his fights as well. He throws the more eye-catching shots. That's going to be the difference in a very awkward and very difficult chess match in the heavyweight division.
I always thought it's because it was the A side.
Well, that's once again, that's a different conversation entirely. Most fans are, it's very easy to just say, well, he's the A side, but there's a reason why he's the A side. And it's not just because he sells tickets, right? One of the reasons why he usually wins in the very tough assignments that he's taken on is because he throws the more eye-catching, consequential, and effective punches, ones that always catch the eye of the judges at ringside. They're the more explosive. He combines speed with power, right? And so does Joshua here. So that should be able to sway the judges at ringside. And once again, that's difficult to beat Canelo Alvarez as well as Anthony Joshua. Even if you take him the distance, he's going to get the majority of the close, hard-to-score rounds because, damn, his punches are so explosive. You can hear them. You can feel the impact of the punches at ringside. and that
Well,
always seems to sway the judges on the ring apron.
Well, what we can say is, because this is going to be on Joshua's home turf, don't be surprised if it goes the distance and then it's a close fight and Joshua gets the decision, because we've seen it with other fighters on their home turf. And, you know, be prepared for robbery, or, you know, depending on what side of the street people are on. Some people, I'm going to call it straight. If I see that it's a close fight, you know, I'll do a rewatch. I don't like Deontay Wilder, but I did a rewatch with him and Tyson Fury, and I had Wilder up 115 to 113, where I only thought he only won 2 rounds out of that whole fight. So
Chan, it's so funny you said that, because I rewatched it with my dad, and we had Wilder winning. And I'm watching this like, what's everybody talking about the Fury one? Did Wilder just win this fight or what? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I had Wilder winning as well. So I'll keep it fair. Lennox, 1125 Lennox, you keep popping in, but it kicks you out. So I can see you talking in the chat. I don't understand. Everybody else gets through. It must be your device. Could
I just add something else right quick?
Yes, of course you can.
Okay. So I think like the only way that Usyk is going to win this fight on points is that he has to literally make it so decisive and one-sided that he just literally has to go in there and just completely school and outbox Joshua from rounds like 1 to 10. But I think that's the only way he can win on points. But do I see that happening? No. So I think that's the only way he's going to have to win the decision.
And he can't do that, like you said. I can't remember if it was yourself or someone else said, do that. Oh, I'll lag behind and give away a few rounds. This isn't cruiserweight. If Usyk thinks that he's going to come in and give away the first 4 rounds, that's going to be a big mistake.
Exactly.
He's going to have to be all
Crazy
systems
guy.
go. He's going to have to be alert and all systems go. Which dude, Lisa? Gary or who? What dude?
Oh God, talking about he.
Is it Gary? Gary is a troll. Gary, I could just kick you out of the whole thing, but I can't be bothered. Like Gary, either go somewhere or you are annoying now.
Hey, Chan, do this. Chan, give him one more chance, and if he plays around, kick him off.
The StreamYard link's there. It's not out. It's not out.
He's not coming on. He's just a troll. Pussy.
Yeah, he's just a troll.
Pussy, I said it.
Yeah, we said it. Don't fuck with us around here. We ain't got time to, just because you see some females.
You got punked by a woman. I just said it.
Yeah,
Lady Chan ain't nothing to fuck with. Lady Chan ain't nothing to fuck with. Lady Chan.
You're a pussy. You're a pussy. And I'm a woman, and I told you that.
Big sister Lisa.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna do a damn thing about it.
Lisa Bales ain't nothing to fuck with. Lisa Bales ain't nothing to fuck with. Lisa.
I've blocked you now.
Do a damn thing about it.
I've blocked him now because everybody's kind of bored of him. Yeah, everyone's kind of. Lennox, you are more than welcome.
Trolling a woman's channel. That's crazy.
I know.
Oh, yeah. Let's get Lennox up on here, man. Let's get Lennox up on here, man. I like to hear his viewpoints.
Welcome to sometimes where we try to keep it Oprah Winfrey and people try to make this fucking Maury Povich out here. This is what
let's hear our final 2 panelists, their official predictions for this Saturday night's main event between Anthony Joshua and Oleksandr Usyk.
You want to go ahead, Troy, or you want me to go?
Go ahead, man.
Okay, I think I got AJ by split decision, but I see a flash knockdown in there for AJ. I see AJ catching Usyk off guard one time, and I do see a flash knockdown in there. But other than that, I see the rounds being kind of close, like Joe was saying, where you see volume versus quality punching. I do see AJ working off the jab, walking him down a little bit. Usyk using angles, and I can see a right uppercut stunning Usyk a little bit and getting a good knockdown in the fight. And I got AJ edging it by split decision.
Great stuff. I'm going to chop these all up and have them out maybe by tomorrow. Everybody's official prediction. We'll have Troy's next, please.
Oh.
What about Troy?
Okay.
One sec, Troy. Let me get you in the solo, so I've got everyone soloed out. Go ahead.
Yeah, just a couple of questions before I give my prediction. I've never seen Joshua in a controversial points win ever. And if Usyk
And if Usyk could do all of that at cruiserweight, and I'm only bringing Holyfield up because he's compared to Holyfield, why is he moved so carefully at heavyweight? Because if you remember Holyfield, he fought Quick Tillis, then he jumped to Michael Dokes, and Michael Dokes was no joke. After that, it was top guys after he fought, top guys after that. So why didn't Usyk jump from, Witherspoon to like a Parker or a White or somebody like that? I mean, he kind of played it steady to me, but everything that everybody mentioned, the brilliance, the distance, the this, the that, I don't see that. I just see a man who knows how to set the pace, and that's how he wins fights. Period. I don't see anything brilliant about him. He just knows how to set the pace against certain level fighters that could fight in one way. What you're looking at with AJ is a gentleman that's been schooled to fight in multi-faceted ways. So I don't see all of this split decision stuff. I see him get knocked out in the 9th or 10th round.
Right. And answering Lennox's question, because I know you've been trying to get on. Sorry, brother, I don't understand why it's not letting you on. But someone tell me what Usyk has done at heavyweight. And we've all come to that kind of general agreement that he hasn't done much. And this is going to be quite telling for Usyk, because now we're going to see where he really sits within the heavyweight division, because he's fought like basically a journeyman in the heavyweight division, and now he's gone from, there's no middle ground, so he's gone from 0 and now he's gone to Anthony Joshua, who's like arguably either number 1 or 2 heavyweight in the division. So we're going to see where he places. Everybody, myself included, I don't think Usyk has any chance of keeping his O within the heavyweight division. I feel that obviously Anthony Joshua is going to beat him and others will beat him. They don't have to be elite. I just think that if they're better than Derek Chisora, they'll beat him. If they have any half good footwork and any good boxing skills and some speed, Usyk's in problems where he's going to have a lot of losses. So I don't know if it's going to be better for him if he has to drop down to bridger weight, where, I know not everybody's interested in bridger weight, but it may be a better place for him than the heavyweight division. Fair play for him for stepping up to the mark. But I don't think he's going to fare well. And I think this is his team's going to test where he lies. And if not, I think they will. You may see Usyk go back down to not obviously he's done cruiserweight. There's no need for him to go down there. But I think he can go down and just dominate bridgerweight and then wait for and then he'll just retire, because you have to remember that Usyk is, I think, 34 years of age.
He's 34.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he's a couple years older than Anthony Joshua. And I think we're going to see Usyk go to. What do you guys think about that? I think Usyk.
Can I retort, please?
Of course you can, my brother. Of course you can. Any day of the week, and twice
Thank you,
on a
Lady
Sunday.
Chan.
And twice on a Sunday.
Thank you, Lady Chan. God bless you, sister. Okay, my retort to that would be a lot like Terrence Crawford at 147 pounds. Who have you heard that's called out Oleksandr Usyk in the heavyweight division? No one.
But he has no value to be called out, though. He has no value. Now, what's his value that someone's going to call him out? What's his value at heavyweight? No, but what is his value at heavyweight? Yeah.
He's one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in boxing. He's one of the most, he's the lineal ring cruiserweight champion. Okay, and when you
and that means what at heavyweight? What does that mean at heavyweight?
Well, everyone else cleaned out the division and moved up, right? Like David Haye, like Evander Holyfield, right? Those are guys who you don't want to see them just get in the pecking order of any one division. They're the man to beat. They already have a target on their back, right? No one wants any part of Oleksandr Usyk. He's very awkward, and because he's not a huge ticket seller,
I beg to disagree. I'm with Troy on this one, Joseph. This is not his domain. You're going to see him having to. He's not going to be able to beat anyone above. Like, he's not going to be able to beat Joe Joyce anymore. He's not going to be able to.
No, I would agree too. I would agree with that.
He's not going to be able to beat Dillian White. The thing with Usyk is always going to be the same thing. The people that he may just about be able to beat, it's only due to footwork and speed. But he doesn't carry the power. Once he meets the top three elites that have power footwork, and they can actually box and brawl, Usyk's in trouble. So
Usyk might be able to catch a Dillian White off guard, though. I think he could throw Dillian White off.
You know,
his boxing ability.
Historically, though, guys, that's what everyone said about Chris Bird.
Dillian White is hard,
but to the heavyweight division.
Right?
Yeah,
I don't know.
He's never going to be able to compete against guys like David Tua. You'll never be able to win a major world title, and he did.
But people keep Usyk is no Evander Holyfield. Usyk is no Chris Bird. Usyk is a great boxer. He's 18-0. He came up fast, undefeated and undisputed. But what I'm saying is, he is not of the boxer of yesteryear. He is not an Evander Holyfield. And in order to beat the elite heavyweights coming as a cruiserweight, you have to be an Evander Holyfield.
But you know what? I mean, you know what though, Shan? And this is one thing I will say. Derek Chisora gave Dillian White trouble in both fights. You know what I mean? So styles do make fights in the heavyweight division. When you got and Chisora's a Tasmanian devil. He's one of those guys that's going to keep coming at awkward angles no matter what. He's a little bit lower to the ground. Even though he's a journeyman, his style of fighting is very unorthodox and it's very hard to prepare for a guy like Chisora.
He's been in with everybody.
Been in with Fury twice. Yeah, he gave Fury a hard fight the first time.
He's not a journeyman where his losses are more than his wins. He's a journeyman to the elite. He's almost a gatekeeper.
He's kind of like Gabriel.
He's almost a gatekeeper without ever being on that other side of the gate having a title.
Right.
But, he's quite a polished out of the rough. He's become a bit polished as a journeyman. He's one of the top journeyman. He's a journeyman that commands PPV. What journeyman do you know that has pay-per-view?
Didn't he fight against Joseph Parker, right?
Yeah, and he won that fight.
I thought he won that fight. I thought he beat Joseph Parker.
And he beat Joseph Parker.
Yeah, me too.
He beat Joseph Parker. So what I'm saying,
they got a rematch.
Yep.
Joseph Parker went the distance with AJ. You get what I mean? So Styles may fight in this game.
He also went the distance with Vitaly Klitschko.
Right. Yeah, but you also have to think about when people fought people. So when AJ fought Parker, that was very early, AJ. That was AJ just going through the motions. That was big, bulky AJ. If you see the evolution of fighters, you have to watch the evolution, just not of AJ, of fighters in general. Like, you can see that they've got better, or some have regressed. So what I'm saying is, if Derek Chisora gave Joseph Parker, I had him winning, that shows you what type of journeyman he is. I also had Carlos Takam beating Joe Joyce, in my opinion, before the
Joyce,
knockout.
I mean, Joyce.
Right.
Yeah, he was winning.
Yeah. And Chisora slept to calm too.
And Chisora
slept to calm.
And Joshua got a stoppage, I think round 10.
Round 10.
It was kind of like a premature stoppage. I'm a Joshua fan.
Yeah.
But I think that ref stopped that early.
My man said it. Styles make fights.
Styles make fights, though. That's what I'm saying.
Styles make fights.
Usyk might be able to trouble a Dillian White. That's all I'm saying, because I've seen Dillian White struggle with a Joseph Parker.
Guys,
I've seen him struggle with Oscar Rivas.
With Usyk's skill set, his footwork, his understanding of being able to control range, right, from any distance, you're going to see him give every single heavyweight he fights a big problem tactically, stylistically. Now, once again, you may be right. He may not be able to handle the power of the heavyweight division, but no one is going to blow this gentleman out. He's going to give everyone. He's a stylistic nightmare for everyone. It's a lot like when everyone said Vasil Lomachenko moving up to 35 is going to happen. And you know what?
And he got dropped. And he got dropped.
Yeah, but and
he lost.
It's his boxing.
He got up and knocked out. He got up and knocked down Linares, the same dude that stunned Devin Haney.
Look,
people don't give Salido credit for beating him.
But Lisa, Salido
I was there at that fight. Yeah, I give Salido credit for beating him.
Hey, but Joe,
like the only loss that Lomachenko's had has only been from Teofimo.
I know. But he lost to Salido at 26. He came up.
But nobody talks about that. Bob Arum kind of pictures him like he was an undefeated fighter when he was going with Teo. You would have never thought he'd already had a defeat. Oh, he's pound for pound.
And here's Here's the
But
reason
what
why,
I'm
though,
saying
Late
is,
Shan.
sorry, Joseph. What I'm saying is, people don't give Anthony Joshua enough credit.
No, AJ could fight.
Oh no, that has nothing to do with it.
I'm giving Usyk the credit of what he's done thus far. But what I'm saying is, when you've given the analogy of Lomachenko moving up from he got beat by the bigger guy. He got beat by the bigger guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's just simply it. He came in a domain that wasn't his. He was good at 130, 126. That's Loma's stomping ground. That's where he fares well. But when he came into 135, curtains for him. I mean, Lomachenko is still one of the top 135ers. Don't get it twisted. But what I'm saying is, to equate this to Anthony Joshua, and Usyk. Usyk is the guest in the heavyweight division, and until he makes his presence known, he's always going to be the guest. The big guy.
Once again, he's got his opportunity this Saturday, and once again, the beauty of this entire chat, right, is that there are no. The beauty of this entire chat today is that there are no right or wrong answers until we see the fight play out on Saturday, right? That's the beauty of this. But what I always tell my listeners, and I always advise people when they're reading my stuff on Fight Saga, is, guys, if you ever have a question of how competitive a matchup is going to be, consult the handicappers, look at the sports books. And if you look at this fight, most handicappers, like the one I always consult is the BetMGM out of Vegas. They have Anthony Joshua listed as only a -250 and Oleksandr Usyk as a very live underdog at +200. That's only a 2-to-1 betting underdog. There's a reason for that. This is not going to be a blowout in any stretch of the imagination.
But what we think is, I've removed, I don't know, like, he's not saying anything. Gary, if you got anything to say, talk now, otherwise I'll get off the stream.
Hi, can you hear me?
Hello? Now I can hear you. I don't know how, I can hear you. I don't even know how you got on, because I'm sure I blocked you. But hey, you're here.
Why did you block me? I thought we were having a conversation.
Let me speak first, because I gave you ample times to speak. I kept putting you on the stream, and you wasn't saying anything. Then you were going back in the chat, and then you were saying stuff. So I just thought you was trolling. And I just
honestly, I wasn't.
You kept bouncing it up. Okay, good, my Irish friend. Are you from out of Ireland? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from Dublin. Yeah. First of all, I wasn't trolling. I just had a different opinion than you guys.
No. That's not why I thought you were trolling. I thought you were trolling because every time you kept coming on the live, you kept bouncing out.
It kept knocking me out.
Yeah, sorry about that. That wasn't due to me at all.
We lost that again. I really think AJ's in big trouble in this fight. I think technically, Usyk has the footwork. He can move sideways. He can throw punches from angles, and AJ will not be able to handle that. I'm an AJ fan. In case you think I'm trolling and saying AJ is this, I'm not. I think this is a very dangerous fight for him. I think this is more dangerous than a Fury fight.
Indeed, I agree.
Honestly, I really do.
I agree.
I think you're underestimating. Like, Ruiz is a small man. Usyk is bigger. Okay, Usyk is quicker than him, and I think AJ, his confidence is gone after that defeat.
How is it? I think there's a niggly bit. There's always going to be a niggly bit.
If his confidence was gone,
he wouldn't still be going on. But what I'm going to say,
no, his aggression is gone.
Okay, sorry.
His aggression is gone.
I think he's just a bit more reserved. Like this. Let me give you this analogy. Have you ever bought like a brand new car and like you was invincible and you was whipping around in it, whatever?
No, I'm poor.
And then you get or even not a brand new car, just a car or bike, and then you had a crash in it. And after you had the crash and your insurance fixed the car, when you next went out on the road, you was a bit apprehensive, yay or nay? But you were still confident enough to get back in the car and drive, right?
Okay, can I make a point?
Okay, so that's where I equate AJ.
Yes,
you had a car
AJ's.
crash.
I agree.
Doesn't mean that all his confidence stopped.
But the point I'm going to make is very important. AJ's best asset is his aggression and his come forward. When he comes forward and throws punches, he can beat any heavyweight. It's gone. He's gun shy now. He stands up and he throws the jab. He will not beat Usyk like that. Usyk will just bamboozle him and he's going to stop him. Not with a knockout, the same way Ruiz did, but loads of punches, throw him off the center of gravity, and he'll be gone. This is the wrong fight for AJ. That's all I'm saying. I wasn't trolling tonight. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful to anybody.
No, it's fine. If you're saying it's the wrong fight, he has to take the fight. It's WBO mandated, so he has to take the fight.
I think it's.
It? So
I think it's a more dangerous fight than the Fury fight.
Yeah, and you have to salute the guy because he does
Underestimate
all his
Nate.
mandos.
Oh, I give
He
him
does
full
all of his
respect.
mandos.
I haven't disrespected him. I haven't
Yeah, no,
disrespected him.
babe, I'm not saying that you have. No, trust me. I'm
My
cool
point
with
is,
I agree with some of your
my
points.
point
I
is,
agree with some.
AJ is the most powerful heavyweight boxer. I think he's more powerful than Dan Wilder when he lets his punches go. The problem with AJ is he can only fight in a straight line. He can only fight going forward and backwards. Usyk is going to step to the side and throw that hook. The same hook he stopped Belly with is going to be the punch he gets AJ with.
Yeah, he's good at angles. But do you not? Go ahead, Liz. Go ahead, Queen.
He didn't fight in a straight line when he fought Ruiz. He fought
The second fight, you're absolutely right.
He ran
He used brilliant lateral movement against Andy Ruiz in the second fight. He did.
He ran away from him.
He ran away. Motion.
And you know that's the really impressive thing.
Okay, he literally ran. You're a fucking liar.
Can I make a point?
Okay, look. I'll say this. I'll say this. One of the more impressive qualities of Anthony Joshua is his level of humility, and he was able to add that new wrinkle to his arsenal. His brilliant footwork. And once again, he wasn't running. He used brilliant lateral movement, and he dominated a guy who knocked him out. In just 1 second, sir. Just 1 second. I will say this. Last thing I'm going to say about Anthony Joshua. Hold on, sir. Last thing I will say. If Anthony Joshua does stop Oleksandr Usyk, everyone had better give him the credit he deserves because no one knocks out or dominates Oleksandr Usyk. Nobody.
He won't get the credit.
Okay.
Anthony Joshua should be considered the top heavyweight in the division if he knocks out Oleksandr Usyk.
Can I come back on that?
He will knock out Usyk, but I don't.
Can I make a point, please? Without.
Hang on, one minute. Can you not hear me?
Yeah.
I don't think Usyk
defines. The line is very bad. Sorry.
I don't think Usyk defines Anthony Joshua's resume to make him if he's a good enough heavyweight. Sorry, it doesn't need Usyk on there to make him. Does it make his resume better? Sure, but Usyk doesn't define his resume at all.
I'll just say. Can I say one thing?
Yeah. Let me get this straight. Not an Evander Holyfield.
Okay, 2 points I'll make. One, I haven't disrespected anybody tonight. I haven't got personal. Everybody is attacking me. I'm just giving you a different opinion.
Babe.
Okay,
babe,
my point is, and here's a very serious point, and this is a boxing point, okay? I've said this before. AJ has the ability to stop Usyk in the first round. In my opinion, after the Ruiz fight, when Ruiz beat him, Eddie Hearn is a very bad influence on AJ, okay? He's taking his confidence away and he's afraid to let his fists fly. AJ's best asset is his come forward punch, and he can stop anyone. And that is gone because it's a business now. And he needs to get away from Eddie Hearn. And in my opinion, this fight is the worst fight for AJ at this time. That's all. I'm not disrespecting him. I'm not saying he's a bad fighter. I think he's one of the best. This fight is a very, very dangerous fight. That's my point.
You did disrespect him. You know why you disrespected him? You know how? Because you're acting like he's like a person that can't think for himself, or a person that is weak-minded. If he wants to get away from Eddie Hearn, I'm sure he will. So what business is that yours?
You don't get to AJ's position by being weak-minded. I'm not saying he's weak-minded.
Yes,
I'm saying in this situation.
You said it indirectly. You did say it.
No, I'm talking about now. We can talk about the situation now without attacking his character. I'm talking about the situation he's in now is all wrong for AJ. I'm not knocking him. I'm a fan of it. I hope he wins.
You're saying that it's about business. It's always about business.
I'm not heard with this mic. I feel like everyone's over talking me. Now
I'm sorry.
No, not you, Queen. It's just in general. I don't feel like I'm mic'd up, but if I sound mic'd up, cool. What I'm saying is, I agreed with you to a degree, and I gave you the car crash analogy. But what I'm saying is, sir, you didn't indirectly say anything about his character. You directly did. You said he has no confidence, and then you went into about his relationship with Eddie Hearn.
Since the Ruiz fight.
For one, that's
which has nothing.
But he's had fight after that, and for one, it's none of your business. For two, it's none of anyone's business. For three,
I thought we were talking about the fight here.
All we're talking about is the fight. We're not talking
That's
about
all these
what
factors.
he is.
These are all factors in the fight.
No, it's not a factor of him being controlled. What you think by Eddie Hearn? That's nothing to do with his skills. That's nothing to do with his ring generalship. That's nothing to do with his ring IQ. That's nothing to do with his arsenal. That's nothing to do with his punch selection. That's nothing to do with his chin. That's nothing to do with his. That's nothing to do with his how he takes punches.
Yeah.
How he delivers them, punch placement. It's nothing to do with all that, sir. We're just trying to talk about Usyk against Joshua. We're talking about Usyk's good points and bad points, and we're talking about Joshua's good points and bad points. We're not talking about Eddie Hearn. You're the only one in this whole debate that's mentioned Eddie Hearn in the whole debate.
I think it's a very strong factor.
Okay,
Wow.
so is Eddie Hearn?
How so? How so? That's what I'd like to know.
How so?
Yeah,
I think he's changed. I think he's changed AJ's fighting stance. I think he's undermined him, and I think he's put too much pressure on him. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, but he's not the trainer. He's got Angel
No.
in there.
And the other point, maybe I've made my point wrong. I'm a big AJ fan. AJ is better than this. That's my point. He's been managed wrong. He's been led down the wrong direction, and he's better than this. That's my point. He can beat anyone when he
He's
fights.
his own manager. He got his own management company. What are you talking about, dude?
He's worth $140 million.
Yeah, he's
the biggest cash. He's the biggest cash cow besides Canelo. He's got he's got all the heavyweight belts. He has the strongest resume of any heavyweight in the division.
He hasn't got all the heavyweight belts. He hasn't got the WBC.
Yeah, so what?
He hasn't
I
got
still
the
rank him
WBC.
ahead of Tyson. Yeah, he tried to get it. He tried to get the WBC, but he hasn't had much success, has he? Whose fault is that? Not his.
Well,
you're talking to the wrong people, dude. We're very well versed.
What's going on? Conversation here.
Well,
why are you being insulted?
No, we're not insulting. We're correcting you. If I say something wrong, I've got a panel here that will say, Shan, you know what? That stat is wrong or whatever.
It's a very one-sided panel.
Yeah, they will just tell me I'm whiling. All we're telling you.
It's a very one-sided panel.
Are you used? Well, but listen. Let me speak, guys, without anybody interrupting. Listen, Gary Green. I don't know if that's your real name. I've been more than accommodating for you, sir. I've been more than accommodating for you. I've
been
told
a
you
lady.
multiple times. Yeah, I've told you multiple times. You're welcome. Come on here. You tried to come on, but then I thought you were trolling. I left it for. We've been on for over 2 hours. You're more than welcome here. I don't know if you're used to my channel, if you've ever watched my channel, but it's.
No, I've only found it tonight, and it's brilliant. It's brilliant.
Okay, thank you. And I always said to people, for this debate, I don't want everyone on the same side. But it just happens that everybody at the minute are pro AJ. But just because you're pro AJ doesn't mean we're anti anything else. This is what we're saying. So you're more than welcome to come and stir up the pot. But if you say something that's not factual, you will get checked. You will get checked.
Okay.
It's not aggression. You're more than welcome, and you can come anytime there's a link. You're always welcome.
Yeah. Okay. Would anybody disagree with me? Can I ask a question? Does anyone disagree with me that AJ's best asset when he's aggressive comes forward and lets his punches fly when he's at his best? Would you agree with me?
I love it when he's like that. I love it when
He
he's
stopped
like
doing that. He has stopped doing that.
I love when he does that.
Me too.
Yeah, go ahead.
I love when he does that. Oh, I'm sorry,
sorry.
Queen.
No, go on. I'm just reading the chat.
I love when you do that, but I think when a person gets stopped like he did, in the fashion that he did, maybe he went back to the drawing board, and when you move up in competition,
Lisa,
you have to understand, huh?
I don't. But a four-belt world champion shouldn't be still there.
I didn't
okay?
finish
That's
what
a
I was
cop-out.
saying.
Oh, sorry, I had to
Say that again.
Go ahead, Lisa.
I was going to say,
he's
you
a
move up in
four-weight
competition.
champion.
I got what you're saying, but you're talking about Andy Ruiz, a guy who has been fighting since a child. Andy Ruiz may not have had the status that he had, but you got to understand, Andy Ruiz is no walk in the park. Andy Ruiz is a good fighter, and respect to him.
By the way, plus Lisa, remember, Andy Ruiz only had one loss to Joseph Parker in a fight a lot of people thought he won.
And he won that fight.
I thought he won that fight.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well,
There you go.
I think what Gary is trying to say, right, is that Anthony Joshua's confidence was dramatically shaken on a decision that Eddie Hearn made hastily in choosing Andy Ruiz on just 2 weeks' notice. And I think what Gary's saying is that possibly Anthony Joshua hasn't fully recovered from that. And I think he's saying that decision has not done Anthony Joshua's career a great justice. But only time will tell, guys. Honestly, I was very impressed with Anthony Joshua's recovery and his performance against Andy Ruiz in the second fight. I thought it was a brilliant performance. And
it's funny you say that because so was I. So was I. And like I think like everybody should give Joshua even more credit that he took the immediate rematch and went out there and do what he did to Ruiz in the second fight.
What did he do?
Yeah.
Agreed.
He beat him. He
beat him.
He beat him. He beat him.
I will say this.
Champion.
I will say this to counter. I will say this to counter your point, Gary. I think you give Anthony Joshua not enough credit for being as prolific of a counterpuncher as he is. In my opinion, he does his best work and he's had his best performances. I'm sorry, what?
He's not a counterpuncher. I think Jones takes the center of the ring and he jabs all night. That's how
okay,
he
well, there you're wrong. Because he's a brilliant counterpuncher.
He is a counterpuncher. What are you talking about? He counterpunched Charles Barkley.
That's where you're wrong in your assessment. Anthony Joshua is a brilliant counterpuncher.
When he caught Dillian White with an uppercut, he counterpunched him in that fight.
When he caught Vladimir Klitschko with the uppercut, that was a counter.
When he caught pull-ups, that was a counter.
Straight right hand, that
was
a counter.
Whoa! Not everybody can speak at the same time because otherwise we can't hear you for the stream. So go ahead.
All them examples are given. AJ is stepping forward, throwing punches. He's not a counter puncher. He's an aggressive on the front foot. He takes a center of the ring.
He is a counterpuncher. He is a counterpuncher.
You can counter punch on the front foot. You can counter punch on the front foot when you parry your shot.
Go watch more film of AJ, sir.
Oh yeah, when you parry your shot, are you throwing when somebody else is throwing? Or you make a miss and hit them with an uppercut? Even if you're stepping forward, that's a counter punch.
You know what? I've said this, and I'll say it again. When he beat Charles Barton, how did he beat him? Anybody? Then he counter
right hand.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Joseph.
it was a check. He did a what do you call him? What do you call them things Floyd Mayweather uses?
Check hook.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually.
Wasn't that a counter punch?
Pull counter.
Was that not a counter?
Pull counter right hand.
Was it not? That was a counter punch.
Pull counter right hand. Yeah.
Thank you. So if he did that, how is he not a counter puncher, sir, Gary?
No, he's one of the more prolific counterpunchers in the heavyweight division.
I do the general.
The only one who I think may be a more prolific counterpuncher is Luis Ortiz. That's it.
Oh yeah, Luis Ortiz is see that's that Cuban style. They're made to counter.
They're made to counter.
Yep. Ortiz was a good fighter.
Like
Ugas.
Ugas.
Ugas the same way. It's
Eddie Hearn was never let him fight Ortiz.
Style. Yeah. Eddie Hearn will never let AJ fight Ortiz.
Haplo want a link, Chair.
Hap.
Throw it on him.
Throw on Hap, and then because we will be closing up soon. But hey, Hap, come through. Only because it's you. Who came off? Who fell off?
I think Gary left.
Yeah, Gary left.
Maybe. I think it's his phone. Sometimes.
Yeah, to say that Anthony Joshua isn't a prolific counterpuncher, he needs to go watch more film.
He needs to rewatch that Charles Martin
bringing
fight.
personal stuff in it, and it shouldn't have been that. We're talking about the technical breakdowns, but see, when I hear people say, "This is what," it's like somebody saying that Ali
Floyd,
is such and such, and
or Floyd. People say Floyd Mayweather ran his whole career, and it's just like yeah. I
mean,
people say, he ran in the Canelo fight. He ran in that fight. No, he didn't.
Oh no, he didn't. That was as close to perfection as I've ever seen a fight.
You ever want to see somebody getting schooled? That's one of the top fights to watch.
That took Canelo. Anytime I want to tell my friends that don't know about boxing, and they say, if you could show me one fight that encompasses what boxing is to you, I show them Canelo. I show them Mayweather Canelo, and then they get it. They get it.
Yeah.
That's schooling. That's what
exactly.
we do.
This guy said
that needs to be put on the top 10 list of fighters being schooled. That needs to be in the top 10.
Top 10, top 5. Yeah.
Look at Canelo now. Look at him now.
Yeah,
Canelo was a fighter, but look how he's evolved and grown. He was so young when you know what I mean. But look,
and also to catch weight.
Look at him now. Like nobody could touch Canelo right now.
Of that loss.
Yeah,
That
at
loss was a
168,
bit-
nobody beats him.
That loss was a lesson.
160 to 175, he a problem.
He's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
175, I don't feel he can clear that out, but I don't
Yeah.
think he can beat.
I don't know, man. Arthur
Better
Beterbiev is
better
a
wait out
monster.
Definitely
Beterbiev.
Canelo's good. Canelo's
Hey,
gonna hit
better-
the ceiling at
better wait out
175. He can hit the
Beterbiev.
ceiling.
I don't know about
No.
Beterbiev.
Yeah, better wait out that monster.
Yeah,
Could he
wait
be-
till
could he
he's
be Bivol?
42 or something
Could he
like
be-
that.
Could he even be Bivol? I don't know.
Bivol is beatable, but it's hard.
Yeah.
Bivol is
If
more-
he gets inside,
Bivol-
if he's able to
Bivol-
close the distance against Bivol.
Yeah, if he can close the distance, he's got Bivol.
Beevil's a donut fighter.
But
Yep, he's
listen,
a donut fighter.
Bivol, right, must have some kind of boogeyman factor to Canelo because he only wanted to fight Bivol. If he wasn't going to fight Caleb Plant, he was only going to fight Bivol at a catch weight, and that's not what I respected. Because when you fought
Gotta
Kovalev,
like that.
you
Gotta like that.
went straight to 175, and there was no catch weight there. You went up there and you done what
Exactly.
you done. So now with Bivol, you think there has to be a catch weight. You know why? Because you fought Kovalev. You saw a weakness in Kovalev. He's way older. He was coming on his, tail end in the last few years now. But Bivol still in his prime.
Chan, right quick. Chan, right quick. Funny. It's funny you said because around the time that Canelo fought Kovalev, Bivol's manager reached out to his team and they never got a response.
Yeah, I know.
Lady Chan, though, to Bivol's defense, a lot like the Canelo catchweight when he fought Mayweather, that was his suggestion just so he could get the fight. Canelo didn't demand a catchweight. That was Bivol's suggestion just so he could bait him into a fight.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Beevil said he'll go down to 168 to fight Canelo. That's what he said.
Yes, he did.
That's right. Yeah.
He'll need more time. But
So that wasn't Canelo Alvarez.
No. But hear this, Joseph. It was Canelo Alvarez because if someone offers and if you're that good, you decline it and say no. I'll meet you at 175.
Floyd didn't.
Yeah, Floyd didn't. Floyd was always the smaller guy.
Canelo's smaller than Bivol too.
Canelo's smaller than Bivol as well.
No, not naturally. Them motherfuckers still walk around at 200
Not
pounds.
bone density. I think Canelo's thicker.
Canelo's
Yeah,
thick.
I know, but he started off at 147. Bivol is a real 6'1" fighder. Yeah, I mean, he started off.
Canelo was a light welterweight when he turned pro. Remember, he was a teenager.
140.
Yeah, but that was a weight drain. When you saw Canelo at 147, you knew that wasn't what he was going to be.
But
in the amateurs, Dimitri Bivol competed at 178.
178, yes, that's what I'm saying. He's a light heavyweight. He's a way bigger guy. Yeah, he's a natural light heavyweight. Canelo is not a natural light heavyweight, so he is a bigger man.
He's not a natural light heavyweight. He makes that weight. He can make that weight.
That's
he made that weight before. He grabbed the belt up there. So you've done it before. So we don't need a catch weight now. Do it again. How about that? Do it again.
I think he can. I think he could beat Bivol at 75. I think he can. I don't think he.
I agree. I think the only fighter who beats him at 75 is Arthur Beterbiev.
I think he'll knock Joe. I think he'll beat Joe Smith's sloppy ass up too.
Agreed.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. Yep.
But you know what?
But Joe Beterbiev didn't look too good in his last fight.
But he was coming off of COVID and he was out for 17 months at 30.
Yeah, coming off a layoff and COVID.
36, 37 years old, and he had a rib injury.
Yeah.
Beterbiev needs to be active at this age.
Yeah, I really like Beterbiev, and he has a amateur pedigree, but the young man doesn't fight often at all.
Yeah, I know.
He doesn't have a lot of fights.
He's terribly inactive.
And Joe Smith ducking him. Joe Smith is ducking him. He was supposed to fight him next. He's taking 2 fights. He's taking 2 fights.
And Billy, right now, Canelo is super active.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true, big bro.
What Woody said, I agree. I did a rewatch of the first fight.
Man, Canelo like touching Canelo is right now. Canelo is like touching. You know when you sharpen your knives.
Yeah, he's in prime.
Iron sharpens iron.
He's firing he's firing all cylinders. All cylinders at the minute.
What do y'all see with the Plant fight? Y'all think it's gonna be bad for Plant, or what? How do y'all see it going?
I do.
Bad for Plant.
I do.
We've been on panels. You know my stance on that. Plant has no chance. No chance. I'm not even going to lie and go, there's a punching chance. Got no chance out of there. That's why I sell that
guys, Lady Jan, let me ask you something. What do you think of Caleb Plant's shit talk in the promotion of this event, and he it's almost borderline delusional. He's starting to sound a lot like Tim Lane and Chris Algieri before his fight with.
He's sounding like AB. He's sounding like AB, Joe.
It's like it's like letting him out of the cage. It's almost starting to sound like that. I'm sorry, Lady Chan, your response, sister.
He is sounding like Fury. It's just shit talk. It's shit talk. That's all it is, and that's what Canelo thrives on. In an interview the other day, he said you can put Andre Ward with you. I'll beat both of you, and I actually believe it. That's the sad thing. I actually believe it.
Chen, didn't you say the plant would have to summon the spirit of Customato, and even that won't be enough?
I would like that. I would like that as a quote. If anybody writes anything about me on this fight, please use that quote. The great Customato could descend from the heavens and offer to train Plant. Plant still will not win. I'm sorry, and that's no discredit Customato. That is just.
Chan, I think Cuss would be a better trainer for Canelo.
Yeah, of course he would, because.
Because
he did Mike Tyson, who was a small heavyweight, who Canelo's used to sparring small heavyweights, but but Caleb Plant isn't. Caleb Plant.
Who do you think would be a good trainer for Caleb Plant?
Mayweather Senior, Lisa.
Mayweather Senior. That's a great.
You got a good. Yes.
That's a great suggestion, Mayweather Senior. I don't know if he still can, but when Mayweather Senior was in his prime as a trainer, that's a great match right there. That's a good eye right there, brother.
Big up.
Thank you, Joe. Wow, a compliment from.
Can I just
don't
say,
fight out the Mayweather gym?
Can I just say big up to? Can I just say this? Big up to Karma Serene. Thank you for the cash app, babes. I got that. You sent me a cash app.
Karma Queen.
I forgot to acknowledge it on the last live, and I'm remembering now. So thank you for that cash app, Queen. Massively appreciated. Massively.
Could I offer a counter to Joseph? When Joseph was asking how Plant was talking, like what made me laugh is how after the talks for the first fight broke down, talking about well he wanted TV rights, we gave it to him. We offered all this, we gave it to him. Well, buddy, you can't give him. And I'm like, well, buddy, you can't give him shit. So
that wasn't his to give.
Right.
Wow, silly.
Scott is.
I mean, it's not best to poke the bear, because we saw what happened to Billy Joe. We saw what happened to Billy Joe when he poked the bear, right?
Yep.
I will say this in response to Mr. Paul Evans, right? He says Malik Scott perfect for Plant. I will say this: most people aren't giving Malik Scott enough credit for being as intelligent as he actually is. I don't know if he's right for Deontay Wilder. In my opinion, this may be too much in such a short amount of time.
It seems to be working, though. It seems to be working, Joe.
Until fight day. I mean, are you sure about that?
No,
once again,
I can't be sure. I can't be sure, Joe. I can't be sure about that until I see the fight. But it's looking good though, because he's throwing body shots.
It is looking good. It is looking good. But once again, in my opinion, I think it's too much for Deontay Wilder's brain to process in such a short amount of time. But I will say this: Malik Scott is a very intelligent boxing guy. He learned from the best. I mean, he trained for years and studied for years under Jesse Reed. He's a Hall of Fame badass. Jesse Reed is one of the all-time great trainers in boxing. And so that's where he got that intelligence and that ring IQ, that pedigree. So, I think time will tell that Malik Scott's going to prove to be.
I was just going to say that. I was just going to say that. Only time will tell. Bob Marley.
Hey, guys! I'll say this: if Deontay Wilder loses, Malik Scott's next on the chopping block.
Yeah, he'd be out like a light.
Yeah, and he doesn't deserve that. That's just silly. I have a real problem with fighters who jump from trainer to trainer, thinking that it's going to make some huge difference. And there are so many great teachers of the game that get the short end of the stick because a fighter loses. I think it's absurd the way some of these trainers get treated.
What do you think about this, Joe? What do you think about this? Oh, sorry. I had a question for Joe. Go ahead.
Super chat. Paul Evans, thank you for the £5. and this is for Gary to buy some books on boxing.
I came on to talk to Gary. Is Gary on here?
Gary's
in the back.
He's backstage.
Lady Ken, he's in the back.
Yeah,
Bring him on.
Hey, I got a question. I got a question for you guys. Can I ask a question?
Gary's here.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Young.
We were talking about weight. What do you guys think about Wilder saying he's going to come in the ring about 240 to 245?
Big mistake.
That's a little too heavy. A little too heavy. A little too heavy.
Wait. That is a separate stream. I'm not mixing Wilder in this. We've had enough of Wilder. He gets on my damn. But we will do.
But where's Gary at?
I will do.
I'm here.
Wait.
Who cares? Who cares?
Can I speak? Gary's here. Let me speak. We will do a separate stream where we'll do Wilder versus Fury. We'll probably do that next week.
Okay.
And everybody will come on panel. We'll do the same thing. I just don't want to confuse the stream. I want the stream to stay what it kind of is. We kind of.
Lads, why are you so aggressive? I only tried to be a friend.
I'm not being aggressive. I'm trying to talk to you.
It's over the top.
I'm just trying to talk to
Over
you.
the top.
That's how Hap is. That's how Hap is. That's how he is.
He said, "Why are you guys aggressive, lads?"
Don't be sensitive, Gary. You don't know where you
I thought we were having a discussion.
are right now.
Gary, you are mad.
Okay, all right. That's what I want to do.
We're all used to each other, Gary. Yeah, we're all used to.
You're always
each
talking
other,
about people
Gary.
insulting you. No one's insulted you.
No one's insulted.
No, I think one thing you don't realise is they're in an echo chamber there. You all agree with each other, and as soon as someone disagrees with you, you attack.
No, that's not true.
No one's attacking.
We all have different opinions, sir. Let me talk to you, Gary. Can I talk to Gary for just a second? You said something about AJ being better coming forward, which I agree with. But styles make fights, my friend. So if he looks good coming forward in a certain fight, that doesn't mean in an Andy Ruiz 2 fight that him boxing on the back foot was not a good game plan. That was a good game plan in that fight.
Indeed.
Okay. Indeed? Yeah. Okay, cool. So we agree on that.
I can't believe I'm agreeing with Haplo twice in one setting. Me
and Joe are like oil and water. But we've been agreeing today.
Haplo, you are like oil and water with everyone. So
almost everyone. Well, I'm about to be oil and water with Gary. Let me make my point though. Okay, Gary, you said AJ is good at coming forward and landing his hooks and uppercuts.
No, I said it's his best asset.
Yes, that is his best asset. But how did that work in that first Andy Ruiz fight? And why did he change his style for the second fight?
Thank you.
Right, here's my honest opinion. He caught him, he knocked him down. He went for Ruiz too quick. Ruiz wasn't meant to be knocked out, and he got caught with a punch. Anybody and heavyweight can be caught with a heavy punch, okay? And then Ruiz took the chance. The second fight was a disgrace.
Well, that's a little bit of an excuse there.
Wait a minute,
He had to change up his whole style for the second Ruiz fight, and I don't think that style that he used in the second Ruiz fight is going to work at all against Usyk. He needs to go back to the big, bulky AJ landing big shots, and I'm done.
When have you seen AJ in the last few fights fight the same way? He's evolved every fight, every single fight. He's evolved. The last 10 fights.
That's true. That's true, Chan. That's true.
Haplo.
Absolutely.
Haplo, how come
AJ hasn't improved. He's regressed every fight since the Ruiz
speak. Go ahead.
Wait, Haplo, I don't get it. Why? And this goes to every boxing fan out there who's so upset at the way AJ fought. How come it's okay for AJ? I mean, how come people are upset for AJ switching the style the way he fought Ruiz, but it's okay to praise Sugar Ray Leonard for the last 50 years of him running for dear life in his rematch with Durant?
Oh, wait a minute now. You can't be talking about Sugar.
Whoa. What? From Durant?
There is no whoa. It's okay Sugar Ray Leonard to switch his style when he fought Duran for the rematch. Yet when it comes to AJ, it's a disgrace. It's pathetic. He ran.
I get it.
I don't see where that's analogous.
Well, who
How
said
come
that? Who
AJ
said it was a
isn't
disgrace?
allowed to make adjustments? How come
No
AJ isn't
one.
allowed to make adjustments?
Who said it was a disgrace for AJ to do that?
Yeah, no one is saying that.
No,
That's
nobody's saying
not
that.
analogous.
You guys saw all the comments out there, so stop playing. Everybody is upset
But that
Anthony
wasn't me,
Joshua didn't do
Raska.
this.
You
Yet
know
Sugar Ray
me,
Leonard-
Raska. You know
I
me.
said it was a disgrace.
Who said it was?
I didn't say
Bro,
anything was a disgrace.
No one said that.
I said it was a
dude.
good.
Bro, no
I
one
said
said
it was
that.
a good game plan.
Gary
It was a good game plan for Ruiz, but it's not a good game plan for Usyk.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to use it for Usyk anyway.
Hold on, I'm just saying. Don't say he didn't box well versus Ruiz. You guys don't like the way he boxed, and then praise.
No one is saying that, sir.
Nobody's saying that, dude.
Never said that.
Nobody's
In
saying
fact,
that.
most people on this panel are praising AJ for his brilliant performance against Andy Ruiz too.
I think it was only Gary that wasn't praising him.
Yeah.
Not the rest of us.
Anthony Joshua has not fought the same way in his last 10 fights, and we got a lot of these fighters fighting the exact plant.
I
And
said
Plant
it was
fighting the
I said
exact
the
same
second.
way.
Hello?
Fight.
Can you hear me?
Come on now.
Can I ask a question, a serious question about Usyk versus AJ?
I said the second
Hang on,
fight was
hang on,
disgrace.
hang on.
I
Hang
said
on,
it.
could I? Yeah, all right. Can I just read the super chat? Daryl Alexander, thank you for the $5 super chat. You guys are a lot more confident in AJ than he is in himself with that one-sided rematch clause. Well, the one-sided rematch clause is when you're the A side, you can actually put that in. He went through all the trouble to collect the majority of the
Thank
belt.
you, Lady
So
Chan.
at the end of the day, that's what an A side can do. And if
Yep,
you don't
yep.
like it, they don't like it, they shouldn't sign up for the fight. They sign up for the fight because they know that's their biggest payday, their highest payday. If they don't like it, they won't sign for the fight. That's just my answer on that.
100%
Okay,
fact.
let me ask you guys this, and this is a serious question, all right? When you look at resumes, right? If Anthony Joshua does indeed, and if Lady Shan is indeed the soothsayer, and she has the crystal ball, and it ends up playing out this way, if Anthony Joshua dominates and stops Oleksandr Usyk, aside from the Vladimir Klitschko victory, what victory would
Lady
be
Chan
better?
never said that, bro.
No. Listen, yeah, she did. She said that Anthony Joshua is going to
she
stop
did not.
Oleksandr Usyk.
She said he's coming in too light, and that he's looking like he wants to fight that game plan from the other fight with Ruiz, which is the wrong game plan for Usyk.
And what did she say the result was going to be?
I said if it goes to points, it's going to be bad luck for AJ possibly. But I think he should go in there and stop him.
Okay, so if Anthony Joshua stops, so once again, my original point is, and the question is, if Anthony Joshua stops Oleksandr Usyk on Saturday, aside from the Vladimir Klitschko victory, which victory would be better than a stoppage victory over Oleksandr Usyk on his resume? In my opinion, that becomes his second best victory on his resume.
That will become his second.
Klitschko's better.
No, he said it becomes
He
his
said
second best.
Second best.
Yeah, I agree,
And
Joseph.
you know what? Pulev is a good name too.
Absolutely.
But-
Look, there are a ton of
around in the
great
top 10
wins
for a long
on
time.
Anthony Joshua's resume.
Yeah. This would be the
What's up,
second
Lisa
best.
Bell? Salute.
Salute to you, Lisa. He's saying salute to you.
Who?
Ross Clark on the panel. He said salute.
Hey, Ross Clark.
So yeah,
I'm chilling,
you're right,
I'm chilling.
Joseph. I agree with what you said there. This would be the second best
MLBC.
on his resume. But
Yep.
yeah,
All day.
The live is going to be over. I appreciate everybody that came through, like the Marburg and Woo.
Oh, come on.
I love you all. We've been on for 2 hours.
Thanks for having me on, Lady Sham. Salute everybody.
You're more than welcome. So I'm going to put the cam on and I'm going to sign off. Thank you for Lisa. Thank you for Haplo. Thank you for Young Billy. Thanks for AJ.
Yeah.
Thanks for Gary. Thanks for Troy.
Young Billy, familia.
It's been a good one.
Excellent live. Excellent
Joseph
debate.
Heron. Thank you for Malachi, New Media Today, USA Boxing. Thank you for everyone that participated in the chat. You know who you are. And I'm going to be signing out with Hey Girl, it's Leah Deshan, but none less come box with Shan. Gun!
Leah Deshan!
Fight! Round 2, fight!